Hey guys! Sorry, per usual, we have lovely technical difficulties and Wi-Fi issues. Hopefully the new mic is actually better this time and not clipping and not doing all of those fun things it was doing last time. But we are just going to really quickly, while I wait and see if anybody is going to join me here. If you're here, hey Eileen, yay, hi. Hi. If you don't mind letting me know if my volume is high and clipping and obnoxious, if it's too low or what, I'd appreciate it. Sorry, new mic. And it's really hard to test on your own device. It's just weird. But so good to see you. Thank you. Hi. You're awesome. I gotta get me some gloves on. But we are going to be doing some marbling in all the different ways. But we're going to start as traditional and then kind of hopefully just get a little easier from there if we have time. Kind of low. Oh, that's good. Okay. That's actually a good thing. Let's see now. How is it now? Still low? Wrong mic. Let's see. Let's see. Sorry. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Thank you. Because, yeah, that's a first, right? To have it low. What if we... No, I'm thinking that should be okay. Let's see. Maybe it's just me? A little better. Okay. I think maybe I'm just trying to be soft now because I was so overly worried about the last time because it was just so loud it was clipping. So, all right, hopefully that's better. And then as long as volume is up and you don't hear all that like super loud, annoying chirping and a shit ton of fan noise, we're golden, right? Like that's good. Awesome. Thank you, babe. I appreciate it a lot. So I had made quite a few of the marbles. Sorry, please don't mind the kid in the background. Just the way life goes, right? We are gonna try and we're gonna replicate the ones that I did for the thumbnail photo. However, I want to try and do them a little different because what's the fun of doing something we've already seen, right? So we're going to be doing a few. I want to try and get to the traditional way, you know, just with just a brush, an ombre brush and or regular brush. We can do either way. And then layered way with some liner brushes, dotting tools and all that stuff, pigments. And then if we get to it, I'll even do some just how we do it really easily with some stickers and what's the word? Stickers and foils, right? Because like that's a really easy way to get marbles, right? Like to get some nice foils or even just some stickers. The stickers I find not to be super dimensional, so I do prefer to do it the old school way. But the foils are really pretty. I mean, foils are great for accent nails, absolutely. And we have quite a few choices. I think I'm gonna just probably get my face off here soon. Trying to think if there's anything fun to chit chat about except for happy early Valentine's Day. Like, yay, love you guys. And other than that, I don't think there's much else going on. I hope all of you guys are going to be in the group for bingo on Saturday because I totally intend to win. Just kidding. No, I love just to play. And yeah. Yeah, oh, you can. Thank you, babe. Are you guys doing anything fun for Valentine's Day? Like, does anybody have any special plans? I would love to hear about that. My husband's working, although I don't know what we would do with our 2-year-old, but we could, maybe me and my 2-year-old will have a nice little dinner. That'd be cute, right? Sorry, I'm just going to throw my hair up because nobody wants hair in their nails. I've gotten gel all over my hair before. Oh, I bet it is. You haven't won at all recently since I've started? I could have sworn. Now I feel like, I don't know, my memory is just shot. Like, too many things in my brain at once, but oh nice. I haven't been to Red Lobster in a very long time. I don't even know if we still have one, but oh, the biscuits, those biscuits, bro, you get me hungry. I didn't eat dinner yet. I didn't. So yes, you're right, it is your turn. I'll take the one after then. I got you. Now I'm rooting and manifesting. Eileen's gonna win bingo on Saturday. I'm excited, like for sure. Let's see. Hair is up. Sorry, it's not looking very presentable, but it's just got to get out of there because how many times I've gotten gel in my hair is not even funny. I hope somebody else has actually had that experience because, you know, you don't want to really throw like alcohol and acetone in your hair, but you kind of got to. Oh, nice. Was that in the BR nail group or a different one? Finally got new gloves that are thicker. No HEMA is getting through these gloves. Yes. Sorry, my lighting is a little screwy today too, but it's only because this front view camera is really hard. Nice. Okay, good, good, good. Yay. She has some of the best treat boxes ever. I swear, they're so much fun. I love the variety she puts in them. You know what I mean? You get a little bit of everything. It's super fun. Some of my favorite things are from those boxes. Like I really, really cannot wait to figure out how to use some of these. Like these guys, like they're so freaking pretty. If anybody has any like ideas on how to use these, because they're kind of thicker, like gemstone types, let me know. And then I've got some really cute like shamrocky ones that'll be fun coming up. Yes, the thick gloves are awesome. But you know what's silly is that they try to charge you twice as much for just that extra millimeter, millimeter, right? Millimeter or two. And I'm just like, what the hell? But I know that for HEMA, you need to have a certain thickness where you have to wear two. And then I rip them. It's not good. So I was like really stoked to find these ones at the same price and 2 millimeters thicker than the last ones, because I'm telling you, I don't think they were thick enough. I know that if they're too thin, right, HEMA can still get through and you can still have a reaction. And I don't know if it was that or because of the spill or what, but the reaction was so bad this time that my fingers are still bleeding 2 weeks later. 2 weeks later. So yeah, it was time. It was time to get some damn good gloves. But if you want, let me know. I will send the links to these because I don't think these were even like a special sale. They were just a cheaper price, like $11 or whatever instead of the 20 something that they usually want for the thicker ones. And they're the only ones I found like that, but they're actually pretty good quality. And I kind of like little extra long cuffs, fit well. You know what I mean? Good things. But yeah, no, that's why I'm like gloves all the time. Nobody gets to see my fingers right now. I was sad because I had to take off the ones that I had done for the video I'm about to post on Valentine's Day, for Valentine's Day, but whatever. Better late than never. Almost immediately after, because they were just so bad already. Yeah, no, I'm gonna yes. I actually plan on doing an entire me on my soapbox talking head video all about HEMA gel allergies, the science behind it, what it affects long term, and how to manage it once you get it. Because a lot of people too, they think that once they you were probably talking about the gloves. Yes, I will put those on there too. Also, for anybody who's watching in general, now or later, the links to everything that I'm using, as well as some other really fun goodies that I've been finding and adding to my big long list, will be on a page I'm going to post in the links down below. They're not there now because it's kind of hard to do it ahead of time with StreamYard, but once we're done here, I'll get those posted, so keep an eye out. And yes, right, I think it's a really useful one because there's just not enough content out there educating the DIYers and even the techs, because heck, I've been through the schooling, and my sister even went through it recently, and she's the one that told me to just order any kind of gel polish off of Amazon. And I was like, did they teach you nothing? Like what? She went to cosmetology school too. She spent a fortune and over a year there and passed her exams and everything, but apparently they don't really do much about allergies and gel allergies and HEMA or any of it there. So she was just like, yeah, just Beetles is fine, Model 1s is fine. And I'm just like, later on when I get the allergy, literally after a few exposures, that not even on my own nails, just from practice nails that I cleaned up. Yeah, that's what I was like, hey, younger sister of mine, why did you not tell me this? Because back in the day when I did nails, it was just acrylic. There was no gel. Gel was not a thing, at least not for us, like, lower and, younger on the tadpole nail techs. You know what I mean? So I only do acrylic. So it wasn't really a thing. So when I got into gel, I didn't think anything of it. I educated myself as well as I could, but there's just not enough about it. Online is, I feel like the few times that the people I watch, they'll bring it up. Rarely, but they do, but they don't explain it well enough to make anybody actually think much of it, in my opinion, So I want to make sure people are fully aware. I don't want to scare people. There's still definitely ways to do your nails after an allergy. You just have to know what you're allergic to, which is not hard. Dermatologists do test for it. I had somebody try to argue with me once and say, oh no, my dermatologist doesn't test for that. That's not a test you can get. Like, they test for other allergens, but they will not test for that. I was like, yeah, they will. I've done it. I've been there. Probably have to do it again. But yeah. So that was an interesting conversation. But yeah, so it's a lot of people trying to now switch to home DIYing, and even nail techs too. They're switching over to gel from acrylic, and they just don't know. And it makes me so sad because for people like me, I have a bad back, bad hips, 2 car accidents forever ago. I'm supposed to have surgeries before I'm stuck in that wheelchair at the age of 50. I was just talking to my doctor the other day about it. That might not be a possibility now because of that allergy, because the insurance isn't going to cover whatever alternative thing they could possibly try to order to make that happen. Dental work, it affects. Friggin' even tattoos, something in the tattoo stuff, the tattoo ink or something like that. I forget. I'd have to get more info on that because I can't say that for sure. I try not to say anything I don't know 100% that can be backed by either personal experience or science. But even that, like, there's so many things. Oh, and my doctor even told me too that not only are you more likely to develop it if you have an autoimmune disorder like I do, but it can also possibly work in reverse, so that if you do have a HEMA allergy, you're more likely to later in life develop an autoimmune disorder, which I thought was mind-blowing because I'm like over here thinking, wait, aren't you born with autoimmune disorders? Apparently, they can be developed and possibly, potentially, not proven but theorized, to be started by the HEMA allergy because it breaks the skin barrier and it messes with the immune system and all of that jazz. I would love to bring him on for a chit chat about it. Anyways, sorry, I totally get on my soapbox about that. But hey, there you go. There's my little pre-show to my longer HEMA thing. But anyways, I say we get to marbling, right? Let's do it. Let's do it. And yeah, I will post those gloves right after as well. Otherwise, I'll post them later, but they will be on the description. In this video, I'm just a hand gesture fool. That's what I do. All right, yeah, because this lighting is just, and this hair is like making me look like I'm freaking from what are those, the flashlights of the kids, you know, where, yeah, don't mind me. All right, let's switch cameras here. let's switch this out and let's get busy. I do apologize. I'm gonna have to very quickly base coat some of these nails here because I did not, unfortunately, have a second to base coat them before I was live because, as you could tell, I was already having enough issues, and I realized that's okay. We can chit chat while I base coat, right? I am one of those weirdos that I probably said this before. I prep my nails, my practice nails. Yes, I do. I prep them before I use them, even if they're just practice nails, but especially with press-ons, but even just practice nails, because I've had serious issues with some brands where it actually will just peel off on me halfway through my art. And I'm just like, what the hell? So I like to sand and or buff. Ideally, I'll sand them. If I really don't feel like going at it, I'll just give them a good buffing and then smooth the edges and stuff. And then I do it all, you know. I don't do the whole dehydrate and prime thing, but I definitely do the wipe with my acetone and alcohol base coat here, or base coat, acetone and alcohol. Here, yes, it will leave a white film because of the acetone in it. No, I don't think it's an issue. I've never had any problems with it, and I really don't care as long as they're oil-free and dust-free, especially because if you don't do this, I'm less worried about the oil than I am the dust at this point because sometimes it just gets stuck in all those little grooves. But as long as there's not too much acetone, it won't melt it down and take away all of those scratches. So that's why I stick to a 1/4 to 3/4 ratio, 1/4 acetone to 3/4 91% rubbing alcohol. And it just seems to work really well for basically everything. For this, for wiping off inhibition layers, for cleaning things off your skin if you accidentally do touch something, and also for, what's the word? Cleaning your brushes. This is why over in this little dish here, let me see. This little dish here, which I keep covered for now. I have the ones with the glass covers, but because I'm going to be going in and out, I don't use them for this. Like I actually love these ones here. But because I'm going to be going in and out probably fairly frequently because it's marbling, I don't like to keep taking the glass on and off because I'm extraordinarily clumsy. So that's when I need to keep something safe for a very long period of time without it drying out. And this little guy here, I just kind of top with something just so that it doesn't evaporate on me before I get to it. I keep the ones that aren't actually dirty, just wipe my brushes on. And let's see here. Also, I don't know if you guys have seen these yet. Oh, nice. Awesome, awesome. It's, oh, the mix. Good. Yeah, yeah. How do you like it? How do you like it? I mean, does it seem to help? And I find too, it doesn't actually like dry out my brushes too bad or anything either. I know a lot of people complain about using solvents on your brushes, but like for mine, especially because they're not natural Kolinsky, because I did see too that natural Kolinsky does not actually work well with gel. Natural Kolinsky is great with acrylic, but natural Kolinsky with gel, the hair bristles do not like to pick up the gel. And I actually did try a gel set that was the natural Kolinsky Sable, and it did not go well. So those were returned. Those were the only brush sets I ever returned. I've just kept the rest because they're all just hanging around. There's a use for everything, right? If you can't use it for your normal use, you use it for glitter. It works great. But yeah, no. So because they're artificial hair, as long as you're not soaking it in your acetone alcohol mix, there's not enough acetone in there to do any damage. And I think that it's a nice mix to keep it clean and soft. I mean, if you look at my brushes, none of them are frayed. You know what I mean? Like none of them are frayed. Yes, yes, exactly. It works really well. But you can, yeah, I dip my brushes right in all the time. And these are just some of them, but like you can see these are my most used. And they're not even frayed. They're not hard. They're really nice. And I use these frequently. So they do not do the severe damage that people think they do. However, if you have a Kolinsky Sable, even a mix of Kolinsky Sable and synthetics, I would recommend you keep it away from the acetone unless you have a bunch of shit stuck in it. Then you can do it for a little bit of time to get it out. Otherwise, don't bother. But yeah, I think it's the best. I think it's so much better than putting gel through it. I know that's what other people recommend. It probably is good for the brush, but honestly, brushes are not that expensive unless, of course, you're buying a bunch of Madame Glam or like, you know what I mean? So those ones, yeah, I would be a little sad about it. But really, even then, I don't mind replacing it if I had to, but I haven't had to. I just, yeah, I have not had a single problem, and I have used, and even if like there's a lot of gel in one, it's like hardened accidentally because I get a lot of sun in our place. I'll put it in acetone for just a little bit, and then wipe it off, and then as long as I put it in the alcohol mix after, they just go right back to normal and they're fine, no damage. So I'm just gonna quickly just do some of this. Some of these are really long, but I figured it might be funner to try and do some swishy ribbons of whatchamacallit on some longer nails. We're probably not going to go through all of these, but I'm going to just base coat some of these for now. And don't mind my really crappy base coating, but I'm just going to try and get something on here as quick as I can. But yeah, I would give it a shot, especially like on your your I don't know, your less expensive brushes, or just whichever brushes you don't care too much about. If something were to happen to them, I would give it a shot. Because for me, at least, I've never had a problem ever. And naturally, I'm used to them looking a little more frayed after rinsing and drying or whatever, because I used to do watercolor. So I'm used to that, because obviously, even with watercolor, right, when you do that, yeah, they look frayed when they're dry. Yes. Oh, wow. Okay, you'll have to send that to me, because I have not been able to find a HEMA-free brush cleaner at all. I haven't, which has been extraordinarily frustrating, because that's how I think I got my allergy to begin with, was the Model 1's brush cleaner with like the first or second ingredient being HEMA. And I could not figure that out, why the heck HEMA was in a brush cleaner at all. It's photo initiator, right? Like, or at least it has something to do with that. So you're not curing it. Why in the world is HEMA in there? Especially as a second ingredient. So yeah, obviously when I was cleaning my brushes, I would occasionally accidentally touch them with my skin, like, and I'm shaping them or whatever, because I'm used to that again with watercolor. And unfortunately, all of a sudden, here comes the allergies, and it's just like, oh, yeah. I'm going to just put this one aside for a second. Let's just take some of these. We're just going to base coat these guys. Hey, George! And yes, thank you. I'd appreciate that a lot. Thank you. I love you, George. You're the sweetest. You guys are so sweet. I'm so grateful for all of you guys. Really, I really am. I can't even express my gratitude. It's just, you guys are my inspiration, my motivation every day to keep doing it, even on the tough days, even on the days where tech is not nice to me and editing gets OCD and it takes me forever. You guys keep me going, and I'm so grateful. I hope that I can only ever just repay the favor in any way, shape, or form. I'm so grateful. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. Let me know if I'm not in shot. Sorry, guys. The only downside about doing it this way instead of just regular filming is you guys are on a itsy bitsy tiny little screen on my big screen because that's just how StreamYard works, which is fine. Because until I get to a certain amount of subscribers, it's just the way it's got to go. But at least this way I can multi-stream too, so it's somewhere else as well, and it records it so I can use it for shorts later. So hey, it's a win-win. I actually really like it, except for the tiny little screen, so I can't really check things, which is probably good. So I'm probably a little too OCD about that too. All right, let's just get some. So I tried to get a random assortment of nail shapes, lengths, and sizes here, so that we can just play and see what we like. And honestly, for me, I'm like the colors. I have so many range of beautiful colors and things that I'm not quite sure. It's so hard to choose. I was gonna put them all on a wheel because I found a cool randomizer wheel thing that lets you put pictures on them, but that would have taken a really long time to photograph all of my swatches and then like put them on a wheel and stuff. And I was like, okay, no. We'll just have to let the pressure pick. Otherwise, if you guys have any preference, like shout out a color. It's like, what is that? Improv, right? They're like, all right, give me a color, give me an object. I'm doing this. Okay, sorry. I make weird jokes. That's just what I do. And that's why it's called Tiff Talks a Lot, right? That's why it's Tiff Talks a Lot Tuesdays, because that's just what I do. Plus, I love it because I don't get a lot of adult interaction nowadays. Just me and my 2.5-year-old, and as much as he's getting so much better at talking, he is not quite there yet. So it's a lot of me talking and me saying, huh? What? Huh? So I appreciate this. You guys are fun. And I really do enjoy these Tuesdays. I want to try and make sure that eventually it's going to be an every Tuesday thing. But for now, at least every other Tuesday. But yeah, we're going to stick to it. Just last week, I was so sick. I'm sorry. You probably can hear it in my sinuses in my throat. Earlier was really, really bad. I was trying to record the intro for the video I'm trying to finish. And so scratchy. It took me like an hour to get anything clear to come out of my microphone because it was like, yeah. I'm so glad it's sounding a little better. At least better than my poor kiddo. Oh man, he's still hacking it up. But I'm assuming that he's finally getting it all out of his system, and I'm happy with that. So, all right, I'm thinking while we're waiting on those to cure, just a heads up, I cure all of my things, base coat, top coat, and color at 60 seconds. I'm using the Madame Glam Elio, like the full size, really good lamp, but I do it at the 60-second mark because then I know it's good no matter what. You know what I mean? I don't have to worry, oh, is this 160? Is this 130? You know what I mean? I do it at 60. The only time that's a difference is if I am pulling out like I gotta say, this is one of my favorite things in the world. If you don't have it, you need it. I know there's tons of flash curing lamps out there. This is by far the best one I've ever seen, and I'm not even like promoting. I mean, I am an affiliate with it, Melody Susie, but honestly, I could care less if you order from them, really, because it's not what this is about. I'm saying this is incredible. You just tap, so you don't have to freaking touch anything. And it is so strong. It will actually cure all the way through in the auto 60 seconds. I mean, I've had it cure my hard gel all the way through. I mean, I still, of course, to be safe, put it in the big one, but it's just incredible. And it's nice because it's so directed. It doesn't get all of your stuff around your area like some of the bigger lamps do. Like, it doesn't harden all your palettes and all the things that you have waiting to be cured. You know what I mean? It's just easy, and I love it. And I couldn't recommend this more. This is one of my favorite things. This and their dust collector and their liner brushes are my 3 favorite freaking things I don't think I could live without, honestly. I just don't. Their liner brushes just can't be beat. I know there's so many brushes out there. Nothing can beat their brushes. While I'm waiting, sorry, I'm just like, their brushes, not only are the metal handles wonderful and the caps actually sit on the back to help with the weight, but you can see they're color coded too, so you don't have to look for the size. But like, do you see how thin these are? Like, let me compare this at all to some of these really quick. I mean, Madame Glams are wonderful too, but like, if you need something really thin, which I prefer for most of my things, especially line work, it is just, nothing compares. And I didn't alter the Melody Susie ones. I altered the Madame Glams and every other one I own, where, you know what I mean, I cut them down to make them thinner, and I still couldn't make them as thin as these. So that should tell you something. Plus the weight of them is just, they handle beautifully, and you get all 5 lengths for like the one price. I think I got it for like $10 or $11. That also is linked up in my Amazon stuff, as well as my I think pretty much every video I have them linked up because that's how much I love them. So if you go to any video to the description, you'll probably find them there. But I'll put them in this one too, because I swear by them. If you're gonna ever buy any liner brushes, just get them. You won't regret them. Get them. I use them for French tips. I use them for detail work. I love them. You're gonna see we're gonna use them for here too. What I was talking about to George the other day was something like this, which I also I have linked up for afterwards in the description. These are the silicone pushers that have the dotting tools. So they're dual purposed, but not like where you'd have to worry about not having your brush and your dotting tool available at the same time, which I don't see what the issue is, especially if you have something like this, which I love, which is the crown type holder, so that it keeps everything up off the ground, and that way no edge is touching and leaning. Fabulous. It comes in a 2-pack. It's incredible. It's on my starter list on my homepage too, if you ever really just need it, because you can't go wrong with those ever. I hate when they're leaned so that one of your edges is touching, because then you can have double-sided things. But these have all of your dotting tools and your silicone pushers in one. So I have these linked up too. You guys will see after this is done. They'll be posted in the description. They're a good deal. I think I found a pack of these for like $6-7 maybe, and you get like 5 to 10. And they're perfect silicone pushers for foils, chromes, stickers, decals, and then you have your dotting tools in all the sizes, which actually get pretty small. It's pretty big. All in one, but they're not 2 things you would normally use together. Hey, buddy. Yes, buddy. Sorry, guys. Hi, buddy. What's up? What's up? It's okay. Hey, what's the matter, buds? You okay? Yeah, you okay? You got your car? Do you want to pick a color? You want to pick a color? What colors you want me to do first? What about blue? Should we do blue and pink, or pink and purple? Sorry, guys. I'm just going to have my kid help. Yes, exactly. Good for foils. And then the other end, the dotting tool, you could use for all of the things you need dotting tools for. Sorry. You're okay. Hey, no. Hey, sorry, guys. Kids trying to knock everything over. Hey, stop. Grab him, please. Thank you. Okay, come around, and come watch. Sorry, guys. He's acting up a bit, but you know, that's just all part of the life, the mama life, right? But anyways, yeah, they're great for foils, and then it's great because then you have the dotting tools too, and for the price to get the 2-in-1 is just, it's wonderful. And there's some sets that I found that I have linked in that you'll see after is, can you take the music into the bedroom, please? Thank you. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I have a babysitter kind of today, my husband, but he needs to coerce the child into the bedroom. You guys are so sweet. I know you guys are so understanding. I appreciate it a lot. And he's such a sweetie. If I had the front-facing camera still on, I would absolutely just have brought him on because he loves to be a ham. But I don't have that set up anymore, so I'm like, he's just a little too late. I feel so bad. But let's see here. Let's grab some blue, maybe. I don't know. We're thinking blue and green. I don't know. I've got some color options here. I'm like, we got blue, green. We could do something pastel-y. I also kind of like to go a little bold. I'm thinking maybe some like red and blue, or red and purple, blue and purple, red and green, green and yellow. I mean, we're about to go into springtime, but we're still in V-Day. Like, let's do a V-Day one, right? Like maybe some pink and maroon and blue. Or, sorry, I know I was supposed to have all of this thought out, and I thought I did. But then I kept thinking of other ideas that I thought I might like more. There's just so many beautiful options, guys. How do I decide? I would like to try and do one too with some cat eye if we have time. I would love to see how to incorporate some cat eye like in between some marble, or over the marble, or that Prodigy, or not Prodigy, the Reality Check one. Let's see. If anybody has any preferences, let me know. I'm kind of just going for it. I'm thinking, because you know, so basically, basic principle of marbling, you can basically marble anything, but you ideally want to pick colors that are close to each other on the color wheel so that they don't turn brown and or black when they get mixed. So you're hey, Kyle, hey, babe. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming. maybe you can help. We're going to try and pick some colors. I'm trying to explain some color theory, though. If you have a color wheel, you'll be able to see it. I wish I still had mine out smart, but it's really simple. So basically, you want to try and keep ones near them or near each other within about, I don't know, 4 spaces on the 12 space color wheel or whatever, 12 or 16 space color wheel. So basically, you know, reds to oranges to yellows, and then greens to purples to reds, reds to yellows to oranges. I think I said that. Or greens to blues to yellows, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And then kind of go from there. There is the chance that if you pick ones that are warm and cool and try to mix those, even if they're in that same kind of color range, that it will turn muddy on you, which is a term we use in painting, but it's the same thing. So it'll kind of turn brownish. But as long as you don't over mix, it's okay. So I wouldn't worry too much. But because, you know, trying to find colors that work well is hard enough, but then trying to find the undertone of everything, that's a whole other story, right? Like, yeah. Let's see. I'm just trying to pick out some of my brightest, prettiest colors here, and then let's see what we want to do. I know, oh, you've never been? Oh, I love it. I am your first YouTube chat. Oh, lovely. I'm feeling special now, and so are you. Woohoo. All right, I think we should do something Valentine's Day-ish, because obviously we're Valentine's Day, and who doesn't love some, like, pinkiness? Although I was thinking for that we should do the pigments, because I love me a rose quartz. So why don't we do a red to blue with purple, or like pink to blue with purple, or something like that. Yeah, okay. Sorry guys, I know I should have had that thought ahead, and I really did, but I changed my mind. It happens. It happens. We change our minds. I've been really wanting to try one with grays and this blue too. So let's pull these out. This is what happens. This is how my desk gets from clean to very, very messy very, very quickly. And then we're going to want to decide which ones should have some base coats. And then, of course, we've got all of our fun sparkles and holographics and glitters and stuff, so we can really, really play. I'm thinking we're going to go with some light nude base, some red Miss Dorothy maybe. This may turn out really, really bad. Just a heads up. But we are going to just hope for the best. Because obviously I haven't color mixed every single thing I have, because I don't want to waste the color either. You know what I mean? But also, too, I just haven't had the time. But I don't see why we can't just play. And if it turns out ugly, oh well. That's kind of the fun about playing, right? If it turns out ugly, who cares? You just move on to the next one. But as you can see, I have a lot of choices here. So I'm just grabbing some nudes for the underside. And oh, actually, I think the Divine Glam. Okay, I got this. Let's go from pink to purple over a nice nude. Let's start there for our Valentine's Day one. Huh? I should have just done this instead of doing that, but I'm not that smart today. Oh, yay, invite Nikki. Oh, cool. Okay. Awesome. You're awesome. All right, so let's see here. We've got lots to choose from. I'm thinking we're going to go with one of these nudes as the underside here. And let's try and do a traditional little swirl across kind of thing, because I think it's fun. And it's also something I struggle with a little bit personally. So let's challenge ourselves a bit, and let's see if I can get this good and see if we can all make this work. Oh, that's the other one I want to try after that. I want to show you guys how to do it with a stamper so that we can do a French tip. Actually, let's do that first. Why not? That one's a little easier because it still requires some brush work, especially if we're going to use a long nail, but it's pretty easy. Let's do a pink. What did I say? Pink to purple to blue, or pink to red to blue? No, pink to maroon, I think I said, right guys? Pink to maroon. So that we can go into like a plum or something like this, maybe. What about this one? Like Plum Addict or Divine, one of these with one of these. And so yeah, neons work really, really well for this. They work really, really well. They look good. Very good. And then let's find it like a little purple. It is good if you can get kind of a middle tier color in there so that it kind of helps to prevent any mixing ugly muddy colors, because it's already kind of got that middle color in there, if that makes sense. So if you can do 3 color minimum, that's great. I always try to add white in too, so 4 color minimum, but you honestly could probably just mix 2. You can mix 5, you can mix 6, 7, 8, whatever you want to do. Nice. See, yeah, I should have opened up my tablet for the comments and just seeing my own screen too. You're very smart. I However, I've not even picked colors yet. I think that we're going to stick to grays for the next one. Let's do a nice, cute pink. Oh, okay. I think I got this. We've got this. We're going to do something like this. Let's do these three here, guys, right? These three here on a French tip. And then we could put little white in and then maybe some white parts. Let's do it. Now, what was it? It's your one in a melon, Miss Dorothy, and Deep Burgundy. All right, let's do it. Sorry about that, guys. There's this. No! Whoa! Sorry. Dropped it. But wow. I can officially say that these are very strong bottles. Madam Glam's got some very strong bottles, I hope. Although it did look like I may have just seen a crack. No, okay, we're good. It's shadow. Hey, scared myself. I have yet to drop one until that moment. Whew. All right, let's see. Deep. Did I say deep burgundy? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Deep burgundy. The Play Dead with glitter is gorgeous, but they discontinued it, so I'm trying not to use it too often. Great. Let's put it over something very neutrally, like one of those. Hey, Bubba, I love you, buddy, but you gotta stay out of there, okay? I cannot let you touch those things right now, please. Please, little man. Hey, Daddy. Daddy. Sorry about the screaming in your ears, guys. Please, can you pick up those mats? And then can you please stop him from moving all of this stuff, please? Please? Because that's hey, don't upset him. You can keep him over here with you. Like, why not just hang out over here with him, right? That way he can still see and be excited about it without distracting me so much that I can't remember what colors I just said. Because I have no idea what I just said now. Dang it. Sorry, guys. My attention span has completely failed me since this child of mine. Let's get these out of here for a second. What did we say? Dang it. We said the Miss Dorothy, Deep Burgundy. Right? Not Divine Glove. Deep Burgundy. Yes. And then what was the first one? The pink was, hold on, what was the pink? Pink was, oh yeah, it's one of my minis. I always forget if it's the minis. It's like it doesn't exist because I don't know where I put them. Okay, sorry. Come on, guys. Once I get this one done, sorry, it will be a lot quicker. I apologize. I started reorganizing my whole entire studio, and that has just made everything so much more fun, right? Oh, yes. But it is fun because I can't wait to show everybody how it's going to look after, because I think it's going to be freaking incredible. And then you guys can go through the oh so fun journey of organizing with me. Okay, there's the, oh my god, pink. Where's the one in the melon? Come on, this is the last one I'm going to grab. Really. You're one in a melon. Come here. Okay, because it's apparently 1 in a million over here. All right, so we're going to do those ones, and then I got some. So if anybody ever wondered, and it took me a while to figure out, they have Riverwalk. That's why, and then they have their Perfect White. I couldn't figure out what the heck the difference is between two whites. Riverwalk is actually a brighter, more opaque white. So for things like this, I like to use Riverwalk. For just doing nails where I'm going to do 2 coats, I use the white, just in case. But let's see. Which one's going to look best with this? Hold on. Why don't you get him something to eat or something or play with or something, Daddy? Thank you. Sorry, guys. Just trying to multitask a little bit here. Okay, let's see. Which nude? See, that's why I love swatches, and I try to put them in. I do that, and then it takes me for. Yes, yeah, me too. That's why I'm trying very hard to put them in a way that is easy to grab from where I'm sitting, so I don't have to get off my butt to grab them, and that I'm not digging for things. But it is a process. It's a process. All right, so I'm thinking one of these for this. One of these guys for the base. Let's see. What's going to look best with these pinks? Any preferences, guys? Let's see. I think we should go with the Truth, right? I think the Truth looks best. Or Ballerina. Nah, let's go Cray Cray. Let's do the Truth. Yep. Because I want a little contrast, I think. All right. Michael, he's literally tossing that around. Can you please? Sorry, I got the kid literally with a whole tripod tossing things around right now. Oh boy, that was a little scary. Or would it look over? I don't know. I didn't see Milky Way on there. I'm so sorry, guys. I had it planned and then I started organizing. But where's my Milky Way? I think I like Milky Way. You know, just for the hell of it, we're gonna paint 2 nails. Okay. Oh yes, light purple. Yep, I'm down. Next one that we'll do a whole thing across with some light purple, maybe some light blue with it. Yeah. Okay, let's just do 1 nail with this one. So we're gonna take this guy. I'm gonna go with this one because I kind of like the gray and pink idea a lot. But you could use any nude. But I kind of think this might be really cool. This is Millennium. Take that into the bedroom, Michael. Take whatever he's saying. Take that whole thing into the bedroom. It's fine. You can have it. You can take one. Okay. Sorry, guys. Just, you know, if it's not one thing, it's another around here. That's fine then. All right. You guys are so sweet. Okay. So, yeah, we are. Michael. I know you know, but I need you to go a little faster because it's really distracting for my ADHD. Okay, let's just get this. Sorry, it's a long nail, guys. It's like, this is, and I got a hair in it, of course. This is also why I highly recommend always having a really nice, super sharp pair of needle nose tweezers, because unfortunately, no matter how freaking careful you are, there's always going to be freaking hairs. I don't know how, don't know where, especially with lint-free wipes is all you freaking use, but I don't know. Kids, animals, whatever the fuck, that's just going to happen. So this is the only way to do it without completely messing up all of your hard work or getting it right back in the bottle, which is just so sad. I'm just saying. So sad. Okay, let's get this touched up, and then we'll get this one in, and then we'll prep the next one while we're at it with, I think we should go with a the other color too for the light purple. I might do this one for light purple because actually, yes, okay, I should do mine. We're gonna use this one for the purples, and then we're gonna use the other nude that I picked for the other one because this is supposed to be a French tip. I forgot about that because I'm so silly, and I'm so sorry, guys. I get a little distracted when he's crying because I want to help, but I don't know how. I don't. Please don't talk to me while I'm on the live. Like, come on. I'm already talking about how distracted I am, and then I got somebody whispering in my ear over here. It's in the air. Oh, what? Like, sorry. I would love to know. I mean, oh, the dust and the lint. Yeah, I know. How many help, or if that's what you're talking about, yeah, the 3 HEPA filters in my house apparently don't seem to help that, which is very frustrating, might I just add. Let's try Millennium here. Yeah, no, I have 3. I have 3, but I think it's also because I have my 2 fur babies, right, and then I have so my 2 fur babies, and then I have my kid and myself and my husband and all of our clothes and bedding and everything else. So it's like there's only so much I think that a filter's ever gonna. I mean, 3. I have 1 that's a double filter, so 4 that's ever gonna do, unfortunately. Especially because we have to have fans here because we don't have any central AC or anything like that. We have to rely strictly on open windows, ceiling fans. I think ceiling fans definitely attribute it to the most, and then a lot of tornadoes around the house. But yeah, no, we have HEPA filters galore, which is great because they do help my fur babies asthma a lot. But it seems to settle on my studio desk. That's just where the lint just loves to settle. Like it just gets stuck there. Drives me gosh dang bonkers. Okay. Just do that. This one's a little thinner than I like. It's warmer out today. It really is though. It's very frustrating. I know it's snowing everywhere else, but it's just like really hot here today and starting out. So there's some lint in there. Then let's call these tweezers. Sorry, let's try and cut. Oh yeah, your shed. Oh yeah. See, that's the thing, right? Like I didn't want so much shedding, and that's why. I mean, I do need. It's my own fault too, though, because I need to brush my babies. Mine are ES8 cats, but still, I need to brush them a lot more than they're getting currently brushed. It's just a lot to keep up with. You know what I mean? When you have kids and animals and just life, it seems like it's just getting harder and harder to keep up lately. So I've gotten to the point where I'm like, it's okay. I don't need to keep up with everything in life. It's fine. Like I'm good with that. So this one was the, I like this color a lot. I think this one looks really pretty with our pinks. Yes, exactly. Millennium. Hi, buddy. Hi. Yes. Hi. Oh, hi. And then, all right, so we have this one. This one, what I like to do, basically, no matter what, basically, if I'm going to put any kind of art or of anything, yeah, exactly, right? So it's like, it's not their fault because they try to groom themselves as much as they can to get their fur up. But it's like, that's the thing. I don't see a lot of fur in my stuff. I see little tiny pieces of lint that aren't from anything that I could even recognize. It's like, I don't know if they're coming from our towels or paper towels or what, but hey, why don't you bring the whole thing in the bedroom? Thanks, guys. Sorry. My kid's on a warpath right now. Why don't you also, hey, babe, can you just try and maybe get him some like some food that's not a snack, something substantial, because he might just be hungry. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you. All right. So I'm gonna take this one and oh yeah. Oh, I bet Harley's got some beautiful fur. Oh, it's so cute. So you know my kid, yeah, Bubba, he saw your profile photo, Eileen, with Harley on it, and he would not let me have my phone back until I opened it up so he could see the beautiful Harley and just awe in his adorableness. And he's just oh, he would not let me close my phone. It was so funny. I was like, you know, it's not the dog, right? Like, it's just, I mean, it is, but it's a photo, honey. And he's like, I don't care. Oh, and it was really cute. So yeah, he had my phone for like 20 minutes just looking at cute little Harley, and I was like, oh, I mean, yeah, I did ask you to help little Harley, so I guess I have to let you adore his cutenesses. That's fine. But it was quite funny. He like spotted him from a mile away too, just in a little tiny bubble of your face. Like, you know what I mean? I think it was hilarious. But oh yeah, he can spot a dog from a mile away. But I think him and Harley now have a special psychic connection. But oh no, beautiful fur. I can imagine it gets everywhere. That's why, like, even with small hyperallergenic dogs, like, I mean, I know they're hyperallergenic because of the saliva thing, so it's not the fur, it's the saliva. And dogs don't even really lick themselves that much, so I don't know why I'm more allergic to dogs than anything to cats. That you'd have to ask Miss Eileen, the nurser. But, yeah, it's not cat hair. I don't know what it is, but it's not cat hair. I think that's what's even more frustrating. All right, so I like to matte top coat basically anything I put art on it, whether it be a marble, whether it be anything, unless it's like a decal or a sticker, or I don't know, another layer of polish or whatever. You know what I mean? But because we're doing marbling layer polish, I just like to matte top coat it. I will sometimes just wipe the inhibition layer off and occasionally get better results. In fact, with this one, let's try that. Let's just do a little experimentation. Let's see here. So we're going to actually start a little differently than I planned. That is perfectly fine with me. We're going to do this is a really janky stamper. Sorry, guys. I bought it forever ago, and I never really stamped that often, so I really just didn't think I needed one. And I'm sorry again about the little man, but we're going to just grab this, and then I use these to wipe off my inhibition layers. But that's a really pretty color. I mean, I don't know how it would look on skin tones because I haven't used it on my own skin tone yet, but I have to say, except for the fact that obviously I let it sit too long and too thin. Normally I would say double coat this, but because this is a demo, we're just not going to do that, but I would double coat it to see how it kind of pulled down. Yeah, oh, my poor little man's cough. Yeah, it's getting a little worse. We've been doing the honey and the steams and the humidifiers and things, but you know, he's got to get it up, I guess. Anyway, so we'll just try this one, wiping it off, because I did try it on the matte one earlier and it didn't want to stick enough, so we'll see. What I do with this, I don't do anything really special. You can see this is beat up. I take this guy, I'll clear it off with the rubbing alcohol because otherwise you'll just get more lint on them. Yeah. I would say if you're going to get one though, try and get the monocle type ones where you can actually see through it very well and what you're doing. And that way, when you go to put down a decal or you want to press down your sticker better, or gosh, there's a million reasons. It's like basically like a silicone tool, but like even less pressure, but like more precision and bigger, right? You can see what you're doing because I put down so many decals in the wrong spots over it. It's not even funny. It's not. So what we're going to do is we're just going to grab our colors. Oh, cream color. Oh yeah, right. Creams are beautiful. I love nude colors in general so much. I just wish that what's the word? Had also loved other colors just as much. Because when I got rid of all of my HEMA ones, which was so many colors and so many different variations, I just started immediately kind of going for like nudes and some of the basics, which was a good idea to start. But then I was like, oh crap, well now what? Like, and then every time a season comes up, I'm like, oh wait, I don't have that color. I don't have this color. Like, uh-oh. Which is great. I mean, I can grab them, and luckily my PR lady Roxy is wonderful, and she will send me what I need most of the time, which is great. But yeah, it's hard to think ahead of like what colors, but yeah, the creams, the nudes. I like this one's one of my favorites. This is the Bubbles Trouble with matte on it, and it's cool because with theirs too, like the matte top coat changes the color ever so slightly. It just makes it a little bit lighter, and I think that it's so pretty. So all I'm doing with this is I'm just taking this, and generally with this, you'd probably want them to touch, especially on your palette. But because I'm OCD and I don't like the idea of my brushes touching, I'm just going to set these down next to each other, and then I will kind of brush them and make a little bit of a marbly thing going on here because we're going to do a French tip. So it's like, yeah, this one doesn't seem to have enough on. I used Miss Dorothy a lot recently, I think, on my mother's nails. So I don't think it's as full as it usually is, but that's okay. I just want to make sure we don't have anything too more than the other. Now, when you're ever stamping, this is really, I mean, this is my cheat for anything except for stilettos, because obviously stilettos will just dig right into your rubber stamper, and unless you have a bajillion of them, just don't bother. We got your 1 in a million, and I have no idea, honestly, how it's going to go, because this is a kind of a neon color with some of these darker ones, but I say, hey, why the heck not? And then let's just put some of this in here. I think it's pretty, though. I don't know. We're going to see. This is fun, though. This is the first time I'm testing these particular color combos, but over the cream I think will be pretty. I want to add in some white. I for some reason think that it is not a very like a bright enough and a popped out, and like it doesn't pop well enough for me if it doesn't have a little bit of white, and that's why I like the Riverwalk. I should have gotten a bigger one, but this is my very first order from them. I think was this Riverwalk one. It's one of my first guys. Let's see, should we put maybe a little over here? Yeah, I guess the dark to light's fine, right? Like, oh well, that was in a little bit, but that's okay. I know it's all crooked, but that's okay. We can adjust it. The only thing with the stampers is you're going to want to make sure that with your nails, not only are they not too sharp to dig into them, and that you don't want to put too much pressure on it, but you can, if you get a good one, you can put a good amount of pressure. But two, you want to make sure that you, what's the word? That you're putting it at an angle. You'll see that you're going to put it at an angle where it's on the top, and I'll show you how I do it, because otherwise you're not going to get great results, which is okay. Everything's fixable. It takes a little trial and error. Yeah, so I mean, I'm going to just use one of these because I don't care about being thin or not. You can use a dotting tool, you can use whatever, ombre brush, whatever. I just kind of go in and I just do a little bit of swirly, swirly. Sorry, we're kind of far away because I don't have the zoom capabilities that I usually have either. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to go. Yeah, making sounds because who doesn't need music? I think that's really pretty. And then just kind of mix it. If you don't want the like in between, so I've noticed this when you go between the difference between drawing and painting with brush tools versus dotted tools is when you paint with them, you kind of get that line in between. When you dot with them, the line goes with it. So it is harder to get a nice thin line, but you don't get that smeared line in between. For this, I think this is ideal. And we're going to try and get a little bit more white over here. And then the fact that it's separating like that means that something happened to my stampers. This is pretty worn in. It shouldn't do that. I'm just going to just do a little bit more. I know I'm over mixing at this point. You don't want to over mix. You're better off under mixing and over mixing it on the nail, to be quite honest. But I was having a little bit too much fun, to be quite honest there. I'm actually very curious how it's going to turn out. I am excited, to say the least. Let's see. All right. Anybody think this is actually going to work out well? Any takes? Let's see. Let's see. Let me touch something. Sorry, I got this pop up on my stuff. You guys are awesome. Thank you, group. Sorry, I have my do not disturb stuff on. All right. And let me, sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. Once I get my headphones are dying, not my ones for the live, but my actual headphones. And I just don't want it to try and switch anything up when it comes to our audio because, yeah, we've got enough heck issues all the time. Okay. Hopefully my audio is still just the same. But all right, so let's do this. Sorry, guys. It's getting hot and it's nighttime. It's so weird. I wonder where everybody is. Sorry. Like, I mean, I'm so glad to have you guys here. Just usually we have at least like 5. All right, ready? Let's see. We are going to take this at a kind of scooped angle here. So what the idea is we're going to want to scoop it onto the nail. I like rounds because they're a lot easier to get a nice, just simple French look. And then I'm going to do a little bit of this and just kind of push it in here until I kind of get a nice little, and you turn it so you can get it where you want it. You're gonna need pretty strong putty if you're pushing it that far in, but let's just hope it doesn't pop off on me. And then when you pull it out, you're gonna wanna do it very slowly so that it stays on the nail. If you pull it off too fast, it'll kind of pull it right off. So that's obviously not very clean. I'm not super happy about the way that this one looks. In fact, I probably would have made it a little smaller. And I want a little bit more white. So we're gonna go like this. We're gonna go back in. And we're just going to bring down these sides a little bit. And you can do a little bit of sliding. My finger's in the way. Let's get this off of here. All right. We're going to just do a little bit of slidey. Let's get some of this here. And let's just see. And then you can always go back in and just clean it up. And I'll show you why I love my favorite liner. So we're going to clean up that edge. Generally, if you're making a smaller French line, which is what I should have done, it'll be a lot easier. But yeah, you can just kind of scoop some on, smush some in, add some up theirs. And then I'm going to actually take this now and grab one of my little baby thinny guys here. And we're going to just start taking some of this white and just squishing this in here into a nice, pretty marbliness. And that's the fun thing about marble, right? Is like it's kind of hard to screw it up, really. Ideally, when I do French tips, I don't use these little brushes, but because I'm just trying to not over mix the colors to get this nice French done, just bring it down. I like my Frenches deep down to the sides. I don't want to spend too long on this, but I'm going to try. It's a very, very, very curved nail. I don't know why. I'm going to clean this up. We're just going to do it messy. That's okay. Sometimes you just have to do that. And you can always add in your colors too. Blooming gels would make them less obvious that they're marbled. So we'll do that next, the blooming gel concept. But see how there's so much on the side, you can just drag this down and do a little French cleanup. Rounds are easy if you do small, I think. Rounds are so easy, like the round nails are so easy if you do like a little baby skinny one. But when you're trying to do like a big, giant, like deep French, I don't know, they're not my favorites. But see how it's like mixing because I'm using this tiny brush. Let me get on my big guy really quick. Sorry, I got my fake dog, which is my child back here, which I think is so funny. Give me a second, guys. Oh boy. Yeah, I've got the fake dog that's actually my 2.5-year-old pretending to be a very angry, sad dog, I guess, in the background. We're going to put some Riverwalk on this palette here and just marble in some white and then fix this French tip here. Let's kind of give this a little bit more dimension, hopefully. There we go. And now that we have some paint on this brush, we can just go and do a one loop French tip, like a little ballet slipper. I don't know if I like the cream under it, actually. I probably should have been, I should have put a off-white. Okay, puppy. Hey, buddy. Hey, puppy, why don't you go eat your food, puppy? Hungry? Okay, thank you. Good puppy. Sorry. I don't have an actual dog, guys. Don't try and tell my landlord that we have a dog. I promise we don't. That is just my child. But yeah, so you can go down. See what, you know what I mean? With the long ones, it really helps if you just go straight through. And then get that nice clean line. Obviously that one I already had to clean up as it was, but just go do, and I think that's like a really pretty, like little slipper looking thing with a very, very olivey foot under it. I don't even know if you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. I'm a little, see, just trying to look at the funny puppy kid. Hey, maybe if I just, you know what I mean? I always kind of get into that thing where I'm like, yeah, if I make the French thick enough, I don't actually have to freaking go in and clean it, huh? Like, but then you kind of get into that trap of trying to fix it, and then my hands are starting to shake, and oh boy. Why are you not wanting to behave yourself right in this line here? Okay, sometimes you just need to twist your brush, right? Like, or change your angles and then just swipe across. There we go. Now that looks like a really cute little flat. Rounds are, that's funny. I feel like rounds are easy and then rounds are also hard. Everything's easy and hard, right? Like everything in life, easy and hard. All right, that looks like a pretty good one. Good enough for this demo, at least. Obviously, if I was doing this for client and or press on or something, I would probably be a little more OCD. Then you can go in, you can grab some more white and just keep marbling. You know what I mean? You can just keep adding however you feel. And now, as long as there's no, try and get some of this darker color in here, huh? Yeah, there's not enough dark. I like it, but there's just not enough of it. I want more of that, or at least more even, you know? But I think that's pretty good. All right. Oh yeah, hello, right here. Just take some more dark. See, got to use the stuff. All right, use what we got. And we'll just throw some in here. Like kind of do a little bit of a right up the layer thing, so it almost looks like a shadow line. I like that, the dark on the edges. And then just try and just do a little bit more marbling. If there is too much polish on your thing that you notice it's getting too thick, feel free to grab another brush and just kind of wipe it off and then start over a little bit, not fully, obviously, a little bit. I don't know if you guys could me. Sorry, I got a little softer, I think, because my sound was attracting the big dog over there. He's so cute, but he is a ham for attention, which is so cute. Well, I mean, really, it's like I give the kids so much attention every day, all day long. But I think that's probably part of the issue sometimes. Is like you can give the kid a little too much attention. Sorry, I'm having a hard time thinking of this dark. I just want a little more dark in here. Let's just kind of get this. So do a little more twisty twists. Fix that weird mess up in our curve. The long one is great because it's way more forgiving too. If you have shaky hands at all, it will not, because it's so long, it's like an extension of your hand, right? So it won't feel that shake so bad. And sometimes, especially because I've been sitting this long, it will do that. And I know we got a slow start, but we will pick up the face. Let's get a little more white in here. And I think that that is a very pretty marble. I think I'm going to matte top coat this after, and then some white details later on. And I think this will be absolutely gorgeous. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I like contrast in my marbles. I don't know about you guys, but when I marble, I feel like it's really nice to have just a little bit of contrast, whether it's dark color or white or whatever. You just want that little bit of contrast. Probably use a little more dark, but for now, I think that's fine. We're going to just go with it. I might actually add a little bit more into the white here if I can. Sorry, it's going to drive me crazy. Or a little more into the dark. Let's just try that. That did not work. Sorry, I get a little OCD, obviously. You guys probably noticed that by now, but yeah. See? All right, that'll be pretty. I think too, if we matte it, it's going to look even better. All right, let's get out this other one that apparently I think I knocked over accidentally. Let's see. All right, now this guy we're going to have fun with, because what we're going to do is, actually, we're going to save that one, because that one might be a little bit longer. We're going to save that pretty one, which actually basically looks white, so that's kind of funny. With the matte top coat, they turned that like beige into a white color, which is hilarious. Let's just clean some of these off really quick. But yeah, so that is how we would do a French tip with the stamper. You could obviously draw it on basically like I ended up doing, or you could just do it a little bit better the first time around with the stamper. So that's done. You always kind of want to clear up your stamper. Sorry, that's just my way of living, which is why I wear gloves and a lot of clothes. Because, well, yeah. And then, of course, red stains, right? Oh, especially that color. I remember doing my mom's, and the one time I got anything near her skin, it just like spread on her very, very white skin. It's just like, oh no. Anyways. Sorry, I hope I didn't put everybody to sleep already. Huh? Okay, let's see. We are going to just do a quick little nail here. So I can show you guys some blooming gel, right? We want to see some blooming gel. So I'm going to actually just grab any random mix color here, because it doesn't matter. I think we said we wanted to do some purples, right? So we're going to do a ballerina pink, and then we will do it like a purple and blue or something on top. But we're going to show you guys how we're going to use some blooming gel. So we're just going to do a quick coat on this one of, this is ballerina. This is absolutely one of my top 3 favorite nudes. because I'm very picky about nudes. Although I have to say, when I matte top coat most of these, they kind of start to look the same. But then when you gloss them later, their color shines, so it's cool. It's cool. Just see here. And Puppy's back. Hi, Puppy. Woof woof. Puppy, woof woof. Michael, what are you feeding him, hon? Oh, you're here. You guys are so sweet. I had things. What? Okay, so Bubba, why don't you go see if there's anything that you want to have with your mac and cheese, something to drink. Not eat it. I said drink. And then maybe some fruit or something. Please, just give me a little bit of time. I got to try and get this done faster, guys, because I'm moving too slow and I need some help here. Thank you. All right. Sorry. I am just trying to get a little bits of help here. Okay, we'll probably do the blooming gel. Oh, what am I doing? We'll do the blooming gel after then so that we can just quickly do a regular one. So you're going to want a palette. I love this palette paper. It's disposable, I know, but you know how many trees I end up probably wasting with all of my lint-free wipes. This is nothing compared to that, and then I don't have to use more lint-free wipes to clean my dried on resin palette, which I do have. These are incredible. I got a 2-pack. Haven't even touched halfway through them. Yeah, they'll be linked. They're from Amazon. They're cheap as hell, and they're freaking fabulous. I cannot possibly tell you just how much I absolutely love them. I'm thinking, you know what? Ooh, what about a gray and purple? Yes, queen, yes. Okay, let's see. Yeah, right? I'm gonna put we'll see. I don't know. We'll put some there. It's fun. Otherwise, let's see. Because I was thinking the purple and whatever would be better for the. No. Okay, for this one, we're gonna do a very, very, very basic pink or a blue and green and maybe a darker blue. Let's try that. No. Sorry, I keep changing my mind because I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. Okay. I think I want to do blue, green, and maybe some yellow, but yellow's a little risky, you know? And my kid is just ring, and this kid's nuts. Sorry. Bubba, please, honey, please. Okay, come on, please. Okay. No, purple, right? Yeah, purple on the other one. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I get too distracted with this kiddo. I'm so sorry, guys. That's my own fault. I need to go take care of my own shit. Let's try these, guys. Let's just do some pastels. We're gonna do Bubble Struggle Oceanside and Dusty Pastel Green. And we are going to try a traditional, no, I like that. Yeah, no, yes, no, okay, sorry. I don't mind it. No, because I want to do something that's a little more obvious. Let's do this. And this. Okay. Sorry, I just want to make it so that it's going to be, sorry, I want to make sure this one's really going to stand out. That's why. So we're going to do actually, oh my God, pink neon. And I'm going to get a lot of these done in the next 30 minutes. We're not going to make a 2-hour live. So sorry, I should be showing you. This part is the part where you're going to need your palette to do properly. So we're going to put a little bit here. I actually learned a really cool trick, which I'm really grateful for the other day. Instead of trying to line them up all perfectly here, you kind of get your colors close. That way they don't have to touch. And then you actually will just use your, so just to do, that was a lot of blue. All right. Sorry, that's a lot of blue. Okay. And then let's grab let's use lighter blue in between. Yeah. All right. So then we're going to do the ocean side between. All right. This one is fun because I like to do this with outline in gold and whatchamacallit, black. So I actually said I put white in, but I also want to put in some black after. I was putting blacks after. I don't think marbling with black is easy, but we're going to do a really, really easy one with that too. We're going to just do a little bit here, a little bit there. This is probably going to end up going a lot of space, but we'll try and use some more later. Okay, I'm going to cover this up. And then really quick, let me show you guys what we got there. So we got this one. This is our cute little Valentine's Day one, which I'm going to matte top coat really quick. And then if we have time later, we will just put some little hearts or something on it just to make it cute. But I want to see what it looks like matte, that's why. So we're going to see. And then feel free, you guys. We still have a few little techniques left to go. So I'm going to do a traditional, just, color on the palette, right onto the ombre brush, kind of marble streak through the thing. And then we're going to do the blooming gel with that purple that we've requested, kind of more like a pastel-y maybe color. And then I have pigments, I have decals, I have stickers, and I have marble foils. So any of those that you guys have any requests for, let me know. This is bleeding, this pink, not cool. I have to contact Madame Glam about my lamp because I'm a little concerned about it, but yeah. All right, let's see here. But yeah, so after this one, we're gonna do the blooming gel. And then I can talk a lot more about how that's gonna work. But for now, we're gonna take this pretty, not pretty, should we put this on here? Let's put it on here. Yeah, yeah. It's been decided. And then, so what I was trying to tell George the other day too is we want to make sure we keep this, the putty under here, from touching the outside of the nail because it will potentially catch to your polish, cure on, and then you're gonna have a big issue when you try to get it off. Not only will it get stuck, but then it could possibly peel your polish, and then you'll have possibly uncured polish on your practice nail. So you just want to be more careful there. I just noticed it now, so I figured I'd explain it while I'm at it. And let's, oh, please tell me I'm not getting my sweater and gel polish. Done that too. If anybody has gotten sweater in their gel polish before, let me know because I'm very, very curious how you guys got it out. Because the way I got it out, probably not ideal. Probably not. All right. What I do is what I learned to do so that you're not kind of ruining this whole thing at once. You take your, if you have a spatula or, I mean, anything that you can use a spatula, I like the spatula because of the edge here. We're just going to actually go through and take a little bit and just kind of, and then you can even go like this and take just some of the color of each one. I think this is brilliant. That way you're not having to use it all and or possibly wasting any of it. Does that make sense? I don't know if I took enough, so I'm like, let's just add a little bit more in here, just a little bit there. Perfect. Especially if you're just doing kind of a little stripy thing, you know, and then see it just looks really pretty. So that's just something I saw the other day and I thought was brilliant because otherwise I was kind of just destroying all of that polish at once and having to repolish. I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm actually going to use one of my other ombre brushes, not my Madame Glam one, because the Madame Glam one's kind of wide. I like the shorter, thicker bristles. Now, the other cool trick that I learned for this is when you have an ombre brush that is not really behaving, bristles are not, they're really sparse instead of being really stuck together. First, make sure it's clean. So just throw it, you know, in your alcohol acetone mix so that it's nice and loosey-goosey. And then that is the one time I will actually take some base coat and put it on my palette, which I do on my resin ones. Actually, it's the only time I actually do that on my resin palette. If I could just find where base coat. I'll put it away, that's right. And then we are going to just stick a little bit there. And then you run it through just ever so slight, just so that all of your bristles then from your ombre brush here will actually more likely to stick together than fray apart. So that you kind of get this like nice, easy to use thing. Hopefully you guys, I don't know if you guys can even see what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm just running it through. Running it through in this corner over here. Just a little bit, not too much, just enough to keep it firm. So you have it just firm, right? And then we're gonna just try and do a little, I have to admit I suck at this. So forgive me, I may absolutely fail on first shot. I've found that if I do it like this, sometimes it's better. And then if I do it like that weird sideways thing, sometimes better. We're just gonna go with it. I'm gonna try and go across here. So we're just gonna go and then I'm gonna go a little wider at some spots, get a little thinner. Go across, and then we're obviously gonna flip it, and we're gonna do this again. Because I used one that was a little jelly, and I don't mean like because I'm jelly of it, I mean like actually jelly formula-ish, not really jelly, but close. It did seem to have more of a translucent and mixing abilities. Now, I don't like how little bit of the white is showing up, but that's okay. We're just going to keep it going. See, it started at the beginning, now it's just mixing, but that's okay because honestly, you don't have to do it like this. It's easier ideally, if you can get it to work. You can always go back in, grab some more of this color, right, with your ombre brush, and then just run it right through. And then just you can do it with a liner brush. You don't need the ombre brush. You can do it with basically anything. And then let's just try and get some of this off here in case you want to. Then let's just grab a little bit of this white here. And then we're going to just get maybe one part here, which I'm probably going to end up mixing in a little bit because that was a lot. Oops. And then we're going to go right here. And then that blue just kind of disappeared on us too. So we are going to fix that too, I think. You know what I mean? It's basically just trial and error. Marbling can be as easy or as tedious as you make it, honestly. So like I just ended up kind of mixing everything because I went and turned it sideways. And I made it wider than it should have been. It's pretty purple. I mean, I wanted purple, but that, I know this wasn't the purple one, but it's a very pretty purple. And I kind of just want to make this a little bit more wonky tonky. I like contrast though, so we're going to definitely have to add in some more blue. Let's just get the shape right. And then you can always cure it too and then go over it if you don't want it to accidentally mix more in. But I just want to see. So we're going to just clean this brush. And then we're going to do the same thing. Just get a little bit of base. I think I had way too much on there too. That's why. Well, it started off good, so who knows? Just a little bit more here. Shake these out. All right, I want to get this over the next 4 minutes so we can move on. And then I'm going to get a little bit more of this dark blue here. And just kind of mix some of this again here. I know I didn't want to go into the big one, but we're going to just do it. Okay, and now let's get here and let's just flip it. Get a little bit more blue. Just and then put a little bit through. We're basically just playing with like liner at this point, but it is what it is. Just give it a kind of pretty iridescency look. And I went too far up there. You can clean that up either too though after, which I'll show you. I have the most amazing cleanup brushes and I have 12 of them, so I don't have to worry about destroying them, which is great because those are like one of the few brushes that will eventually get destroyed by me. And then let's make this a little bit more curvative here because I'm OCD as hell. And make this one a little bit more downstroked here. So I want it like really, really weird. Okay, yeah, because I'm weird. And then, sorry, I don't want this to be boring at all, but let's just try and see. Let's get some white in here now. You can always just go in and paint whites after, but without the blooming gel, you'd have to kind of dilute it to make it look like it's actually marbled in, which you can. It's easy. Just throw some acetone or alcohol. I mean, alcohol onto your. Sorry, there's balls flying across my house. I'm like, oh. But yeah, just get some acetone and put it on your brush, and then you can dilute out that white into a very nice. That's how I got that black and white one in the thumbnail, which I was going to try and demonstrate. But all right, I think that's okay. I'm not going to keep spraying with this one because it is pretty. It's just not as dimensional as I would like. It's not exactly the shape I like, but we can go in and fix the shape at least. And we can always add more after. But usually when you add in the blacks and the whites later, it won't really matter. I just think that it's a little wide. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. How do you guys feel about this? Because I'm like, meh. It's just really good. Right there with this stuff. I like to make it look as naturally weird as possible. So I'm actually going to cut off some of this really quick. So what I do is I take my favorite little brusher, grab a little bit, and then I can actually go in now and then clean this up exactly the way I would want the edge. And I know this is a lot of work for just a marble, but as you practice and as I would practice, this is my least practice technique. It gets faster and more fun, and it is fun. That's kind of the point, right? Though it's just about having fun. But you can just go in and then just shape it however the heck you want it. So if I want it really curly, I get it really curly. Can you guys play with that in the bedroom by chance? Guys, please. It's just a little distracting having it hang up against the wall. If you can play with it in the bedroom, I'd appreciate it. Is that an issue? So let's give it a little bit of a hook there. All right, I think that looks cute. I'm happy. Just mess it a little bit more. Okay. I think I'm pretty dang happy with it. Just wants a little bit more abstract. And there we go. And then we'll add in the dimension and the glitters and stuff after that. So throw this in there. And then see, oh yeah, with the matte, that looks so freaking pretty, guys. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm like definitely in love with that now. That just changed everything for me. Like, wowza. Look at that marble with that color. Please focus because, oh my gosh, with the matte though. Oh, please tell me anybody's here to love this. Like, can anybody see this? It's just ever so slight. You can't, it's not like catching it the way I wish it was. Like, catch this, please. It's beautiful. Especially if you were to go and outline now your outline, right? It's pretty. And then see what I see is possibilities. So this is kind of plain, right? But if you were to outline with your dark red now, where that French line is, even the whole thing, right? Or just the French line, and then add your white little hearts over the, even all over it, but even just around the tip. So it's kind of like leaning off whatever. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. Sorry, I'm actually pleasantly surprised that the matte top coat did that much to it. So that'll be fun. If I don't have time today to do it with you guys, I will show you what can be done with it. And now we've got our base for our purpley one. I don't matte top coat the One Eye Blooming gel. I just don't. I don't see the need. Sorry, let me just fix this because that did not here. Okay. And then we are just going to blooming gel now. So blooming gel, guys, I know that some people here do not know what blooming gel is. This is weird. This is not curing properly. Hold on. Sorry, let me throw this in the other lamp because I'm getting a little concerned about my Madame Glam lamp, which is not cool. I have only had it a very, very short amount of time. But even a light color like that I did not put on thick should have absolutely cured. That's okay. That gives me a second to get my purples together because I have some purples. I have some pretty ones. Get some of these out of here. We might just, yeah, let's see. I would like to try and marble in actually one of maybe like a holographic purple with it. Might be really pretty, right? And maybe pink and maybe a blue. But let's not get too cray cray, right? And then I've got a really nice purple. Yeah, blooming gel when you marble it to me is the best way to go. It makes it easier. It just does its own job for you. However, when I'm trying to do something super specific, like how I just kind of did that like riverside thing, or French tip, I don't like to use it because it lacks the control that I want. But there is definitely a place for blooming gel, and most of the time I do it. I mean, especially when I'm trying to make like quartz or amethyst and rose and gemstone nails, abso-freaking-lutely. I think that blooming gel is so helpful. Even with ombres, guys, you can use blooming gel. I mean, there is a lot of uses for blooming gel. I mean, flower artwork. I mean, anything that you want to just do its own little, like, basically it reminds me of in watercolor, when you can, what's the word? Sorry, guys. He's close to nap time, I hope. So he's just going to be throwing a little bit of a tantrum back there. But I have a really pretty purple that I've been dying to use. Oh, okay. I gotta show you guys this one. We're gonna put this one over that other when we're done because that is so freaking pretty. Oh my gosh. I want to use it in between layers. Now, another thing I do, if we're doing gemstone nails, whether it's with pigments or with blooming gel or whatever, it doesn't matter. You might want to consider getting a builder gel. A hard gel, builder gel. Builder gel is ideal because builder gel can double then really, really well as a blooming gel. I don't even use blooming gel when I use my builder gel. And it creates just an absolutely stunning, I mean, just stunning. What's the word? Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to find this dang freaking. Oh, I thought it was a pretty purple. Oh, that didn't sound great. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I wish I could mute myself. Mikey, did he hurt himself? Are you guys okay? Okay, thank you. Sorry, guys. That just sounded really, really, really awful. Although, what's that sound? Why do I hear the sound of plastic banging, babe? Sorry, this is not. I don't know what the hell is going on anymore around this house. Okay. All right. Let's see. I am really, yeah, I'm worried about that lamp. I don't know what happened there, but we're gonna just go with it. Mixing these up, and then let's get this one done. All right. Gluing gel is so useful, but yeah, no. If you can get yourself a like this one, I loved this one before I was HEMA-Allergic. Is the like 7 or 8 in 1 gels or whatever. So they double as like a builder gel and a blooming gel and all of that. They are excellent at creating dimension, so that when you're creating something like a rose quartz or an amethyst nail that you want it to have that like 3-dimensional look, you layer that up and then throw your color in with like a dotting tool in multiple random places, and you cure it and you just keep doing it, and then you can like sand and buff it down, and then you get to like see all of the different layers come through. It's just gorgeous. I mean, that I would definitely recommend to anybody who wants to have a multi-use blooming gel like that. I just definitely get like a multi-use builder gel for sure, for sure. Otherwise, yeah, blooming gels are just fabulous. But you can even use base coat. It doesn't spread as well, but it will spread. Okay, let's see here. We're gonna just go with it, even though it's not. It's okay. It's a little wrinkly, but we're gonna go with it. All right, let's just get this done, right? Let's do it. Sorry, I just gotta clean up a little bit. I have officially cluttered the crap out of my space. These can go. Most of these can all just go, but these are just gorgeous. So no, and these can go. Okay, okay, okay. All right, yeah. See, I have a lot of minis I don't use, so it's gonna be fun to do so. I think the lilac a lot is one we definitely want to use. And this pink maybe, and this one after. Did you guys see it? This one's one of my favorites. It's gorgeous. And that one maybe. And then I don't know. Should we go with blue with that one, or should we just stay away from the blues for now? Maybe a darker purple. Yeah, why don't we do that? Okay, we'll go from light pink to darker purple. I think that sounds great. All right, let me fix this guy and then wipe him. So wipe the inhibition layer off. And then I'm going to grab my other palette. We're going to take our colors. I'm going to use Bubble Scribble. I just take a little drop. We don't need much. This one I'm not going to have any kind of particular look in mind. I'm just going to kind of drop it in and let it do its thing. I have a tendency to kind of over marble a bit, where I just drop it in too much and then I kind of lose that bottom color. Although with the way the bottom color ended up because of the dang lamp, it may not matter so much, but I think that's a pretty little combo there. What's nice is I like to spice them up after, so you can add like all of your glitters and top coats and paint gels. That's why I always love to have my paint gels. I have to give you guys a warning. Please do not purchase Madame Glam's new black and white paint gel or the rose gold, gold, or silver. Unfortunately, I found out and been confirmed that they do have MMA in them. I am not certain why or what the heck they were thinking, seeing as it's been banned. But I do want to give you guys a warning. Please, please, until they figure this all out, or the FDA figures it out with them, hopefully, or whatever the heck, those are the only ones that so far we've seen that have them. Everything else is still safe and wonderful. I don't know what's going on with that one. I can't seem to get a statement confirming like why, or if it's supposed to be safer because it's within a gel formula, because a lot of the problems with MMA was the irritation to the nose and respiratory system, but it still causes a lot of skin problems, a lot of nail bed problems. So I don't know what they're doing. So just those. So what I use is Hona, the black and white detail paints, and then I mix them with the black and white pudding gels because those are still safe from Madame Glam, and they work fabulously that way because the Hona detail paints are a little thin, the pudding gels are a little thick, and I like the way they combine. But for those of you who don't have your license, I would just get the black and white pudding gels or their new 3D gels for Madame Glam. I have coming, so I can't vouch on how great they are, but they do not have MMA. So hey, sounds great to me. Sorry, what am I? Oh, maybe a little white. Always get a little white, right? And then it's a quiet night tonight, huh? Hopefully, my loud voice and my barking dog is at least semi-calming for everybody's evening. Although I kind of want to seem like the Jimmy Fallon of the nail era, where I can at least be someone entertaining, but I got to work on my jokes. Where in the world is my blooming gel? Right in front of my face. Sorry, guys. Blooming gel. Okay, so I have the Man Glam one. I don't mind. I don't see much of a difference in it versus a lot of the other ones. I've tried basically every brand off of Amazon, that's for sure. My favorite one off of Amazon was probably the bottle ones, as much as I hate to say it, because obviously their high HEMA content makes me sad. But if you're not touching anything and you're being extra careful, I say go for it, because they do have a very lovely blooming gel that doesn't overbloom. It's not overly thick, not overly thin, and it does a nice job. It really does. I like it. I like it better than the Beatles, even though I do really swear they're owned by the same company somewhere and they just sell slightly different marketed things. That's my theory. And I haven't tried the Misc. I've heard okay things about it, and I have tried the Born Pretty. I like it, but I prefer their 701 if I was going to use it. So I put a thin layer. I sometimes will put probably a little bit too much of the living gel right on the nail. And what I will do instead of this is I will most of the time use a brush, but for this one, we're just going to use any kind of dotting tool. I have some of these little thinner regular brush ones. Basically, it's just whatever is easiest, clean enough. And let's see what we can do with this pretty little thing. Let's start dark and go to light, maybe? I don't know. I don't really have a vision for this one. Sorry, guys. I'm not certain. I am a lefty, so I tend to go from right to left. But that's the thing I like about these. So you'll notice when you use the dotting tool versus the brush in another liquid, when you start to run out of paint, you'll get that line in between. But for the most part, it does not do that. See, I actually must have added a lot, because this is the fastest it's ever bloomed. Whoopsies. I must have been treating it like it was a top coat or base coat. My bad. I mean, you're not supposed to put them on that thick either, but this is a practice or whatever. It might end up a little bulky. We might have to remove some, or just, hey, let's go with it, right? For stuff like this, I feel like it's supposed to be abstract. You're supposed to just go with it. And then just bring in some light ones. I like to try and kind of like line some of the other ones. And then the funnest part about, okay, so the trick with marble that I learned is that you want to make it mostly one directional and then have some cross veins coming off. So what I do then, this is kind of a thicker one, so that's why I use brushes on this, is you would want to like take some of these, right, and then kind of just cross vein. And then you can go through other colors and then kind of cross vein. That was not a very good cross vein, but let's hope that the rest of the colors will fix that up right away. I don't know. But yeah, like, you know what I mean? You'd want to just kind of have some offshooting veins to make it look more natural. Not all the way through all the time, but not all of them, but just some. You just add more color whenever you feel like it. Like this, like that. I'm just doing a light kind of drop in this one. So I don't really have a plan for this. I'm just kind of just going with it and seeing what we get. Just kind of playing, and that's really the fun part. Just kind of just dropping it in, playing around, you know. And then as it blooms to where you want it is when you're going to want to throw it into cure, because otherwise it will just keep blooming. So you want to make sure that you definitely stop it from doing that if you don't want it to, basically. I'm thinking let's just maybe, I don't know. I'm like, I can't decide where I want to put certain things, right? So let's just try and get a little weird with it. I don't know. Do a little mixing, maybe. Do a little randomness going on. I don't know. It's gonna look more like an Easter egg, like the other one. But then I have a really fun top coat for the Easter egg, right? So I might as well go with it. Maybe we have to put a fun Easter, and this could be a really pretty Valentine's Day one too. Just don't forget the sides. I was trying to forget the sides all the time, all the time. And then I like to try and highlight and low light some of the veins themselves. So I won't kind of spread it across the whole thing. You'll see when I go in with the white. I don't go in with the whole thing, but I will go in right like above some of the veins and below some of the veins, just to give it more direction. I kind of just want a little bit more unity there, maybe, or here, and then maybe here, and then up here. Okay. And then I'll kind of just let that sizzle down a little bit. And now I'm going to actually grab one of my thinnest little baby brushy heels, brushes heels, and we're going to grab our whites. And I'm just going to go in, and I like to go right kind of above some of this darker stuff here so that it kind of gives it like a highlight look. And just on some of it, you know what I mean? I don't want it to be all the way through. I don't want it to be a straight line. Not that you can probably ever get that way with this, but you know what I mean? I like to play that maybe. I don't know. We'll see. And then I hope that it's okay if I'm making music. Sorry, guys. Because I can't listen to music, right? I usually listen to music in the background when I'm doing art, but because obviously it's not licensed music for YouTube, um, I make it. And then if you don't like something, you can literally lift it like this. See how like I had a little too much here? I can move it, and then I can even marble it some more. Like, see what I mean? Like you can maneuver it. It's kind of fun. I think this one's kind of pretty, huh? Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm so far away, and I'm wondering if the lights are not helping me at all. Let's see. That's why feedback is always welcome, guys. Like, always. Because I don't know everything. I wish I did, but I do not. But this is actually looking really pretty. This is kind of like the prettiest little Easter egg things in the world. Call me slow, but I just realized, no. You're so cute. At first I was like, no, call me slow. That's how I feel. No, yeah, I am left-handed. Yes, absolutely. It's funny because you can't tell on a lot of videos, right? Because some people mirror their cameras. But yeah, I am left-handed in a right-handed world. Yes. But see, I think it's easier to go in with the brush after, especially the thin ones, because you can get those little detail-y spots. Those little ones, you just want a little extra. Read all about it. And then I think that's really pretty. All right, I think I'm happy with that. And I want to leave some of it showing, but not too much, right? And then we kind of want it to blend. What do we think? Should we leave that? Let's sit for a second, leave it just like that and cure it. I don't know, you guys call it. Call it when I cure it. I'll let you guys be the judge. And then let's see what we got on the other one. So yeah, so you see, yeah, this cute, pretty one coming out. Like that's really, really pretty. And then I would like to add probably some whites and blacks in there and add some dimension. So yeah, I do it. Oh, pretty. Okay. So is that calling it? Let's call it. I don't want it to overblend and turn into like a brown mess, which done that. Let's get some of my detail paints out. Actually, no, sorry. Let's just use the, yeah, sorry. I'm just being lazy with the paint thing. Is there any other thing that I have not done yet? I did that, I did the blooming gel, did the stamper, I did the thing. Trying to think. I know we didn't do like transfer foils and stickers and things like that, but we could always do that during like its own transfer stickers, foils, and decals thing. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking, if anything, we'll just spend a little bit of time making these pretty. And unless I feel like there's probably something I forgot that I'm not remembering. Quite possible. If you remember, let me know. And then for now, I'm going to pull out some of this white detail paint. You'll notice I love this white detail paint because it is a no white detail paint. It's hyperallergenic. It is HEMA-free. It is fabulous. I love it so freaking much. But it is also a little bit on the thinner side, which for me can become a little too transparent and a little too much of a pain in my butt. So I like to mix it with a little bit of Madame Glam. And then it makes kind of this perfect, just shiny, like no white bit with just the perfect consistency and opacity. See, that is very pretty. That is super, super pretty. I really like that a lot. It's almost like a little bit of like an army print, but for like Easter eggs. But yeah, so I think that's gorgeous. That looks really nice. We definitely hit the like the Valentine's Day Easter concepts on those for sure. And then what I would even do, and I think would be cool, is to use something like the nice cool like egg topper, this guy, which is super, super cool, over any of those, honestly. But it's just those like little white dot topper ones, and I have black ones too, but the white ones would be really pretty maybe over that one. The black one is cool though because it leaves it matte. So that's always an idea. Or to even throw in any of these. I'm really curious actually. Let's do something really, really fast. Sorry guys, I want to see. I love this beautiful chaos so much and I've been wanting to use it on something and I'm wondering what will happen if I throw this on here really quick. Because it's like a translucent aurora kind of thing. Let's see, ready? Oh yeah. Let's try and keep it thin. Just thin enough, right? But like just thick enough. See, I wanted the RGB because it's a little thinner and a little less purple, thought it was more just Aurora. And you can use powders over these things too. But this was just a color I've been dying to use for something. And now it definitely looks like an Easter egg. But now I'm wondering what would happen if I matte top coated it. Like, there's, you know what I mean? It's always something, right? Like, you wonder, okay, what if I do this? What if I do that, right? You never know. I don't know. I may have just made it worse. I may have just made it better. I have no idea, but I like it. I think I kind of like it. I might want to throw some white in it, but I think I like it. I'm gonna put it in there. Sorry guys, I'm totally changing that up. Yes, I am. All right, let me just make this one look good now. Okay, let's just fix that. Let's see. Let's get some white spring gel from here. We have a little bit of time before our mark. I got a little bit under 20 minutes. I don't want to spend 2 hours, but I do want to spend enough time with you guys to make this as fun as we can. I like to mix this together, just kind of messily. I don't really have a specific ratio, just whenever I feel the amount's good enough, and then try to get as much of this off of here as possible. No waste, you know, no wastes. And then just use my brush. That's another reason why I like to use this for my brush cleaning, because I'm kind of a messy painter in general. No matter what I'm painting, no matter what. So we can get this clean, and that way we can go into there with the top. And that way we have both. And then we might be able to put our little hearts on there with our little dotting tool or whatever else. I've been struggling with those little hearts like no tomorrow, guys. Oh my gosh. I just did that one on my finger the other day, just the one. And I struggled so hard. It was so silly. I just felt so dang silly at how hard. What am I doing? I'm doing waiting. Don't mind me. It's so silly. I felt over trying to get that heart done. It was just ridiculous. I don't know if anybody else has ever struggled with itty bitty tiny little hearts, but I absolutely did. Okay, absolutely. I need to take a sip of something. Sorry, guys. The other thing I like to do a lot too, which I'm going to try, is I like to take those iridescents, the cat eyes, the chromes, the really sparkly things like that. And I actually like to try and see the black's kind of a disaster, so I try to be more careful with this one. These have gloves on, but still. I try to then matte top coat them because it leaves them just this like really, really cool, like slightly iridescent look, if that makes sense, where it's like you see it there, and in the light you definitely see it, but otherwise it's like it doesn't exist. It's super cool. I don't know. I'm a weirdo maybe, but I think it's cool. And I'm not even gonna clean that up right now. I'm not gonna. All right. That's the thing. Cleanup alone takes some time, but I don't feel like taking right now, and I'm getting black everywhere. Okay. Get the light and black. Sorry, I will definitely make sure I have all the colors prepped next time. I still don't. I want to keep grabbing the wrong ones for. I'm getting tired too. Sorry, guys. I know you probably are too. But let me see if you guys are in agreement that this was the right move, because I gotta say, I think I'm really in love with this one. I think I am. Can you guys see that? I think it looks so cool. I don't know if I'm just being a total dork. What do you think, Bubba? You like it? Isn't that cool? I think that's freaking really pretty. Please don't touch that though. But yeah, it's really right. You like it? Okay, but we got Bubba approval. Let's see if anybody else likes it, because I think it's freaking really, really pretty. I don't know. I may just be super weird, but I think it is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm super curious though now, like if I was to go and matte top coat it and or use some hollow too, if it would be too much, who knows. But let me know. You know? I don't know. And then I grab a little bit of the black pudding gel to make it thicker. Especially the black, I've noticed, is just not the right consistency otherwise. Which sucks, because I would like to use both. But then again, because I'm hoping that the 3D gel ones will be perfect then, because they should be exactly what I've been looking for and able for everybody to grab it. I like, okay, cool. Thank you, Eileen. Thank you for staying up. I'm sure you must be exhausted. I'm so sorry. It's kind of strange. I don't know what happened to everybody tonight. It's probably my fault though, because I lost schedule. I had to take the time off of being sick, so that's my own fault. Hopefully, next Tuesday, people will be there, remember me again, and at least they'll have something really fun to watch tomorrow and be very jealous that they weren't here with you. Just saying. Like, yeah, because you got to have chit chat time with me, which is not something I'm trying to like boast or anything. I'm just literally running out of things to say tonight. I don't know. I think it's because I spent an hour trying to do a single intro earlier, and I was just rambling at the camera, hoping it was going to make me feel motivated to actually say what I needed to say, and it totally didn't work. I just thought it was kind of funny. Okay, so this is going to be another example of why I use these really, really thin liners. We're going to go and roll through here. Let's make sure so we can see it, because I know, especially with George, he's having issues with his brushes. That's why I always recommend the thin ones. I roll through, and then normally I'd have more space, but I was a messy person. You know, just want to twist, twist, twist. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh yeah. No, we are definitely going to call it quits probably in about 6 minutes or so. But you are totally welcome to bail anytime you want. But I'm going to try and just get these as pretty looking as we possibly can. And I think we covered at least the 3 most typical marbles there are possibly. Obviously, you can use here. I'll just show you really quick. There, you can use marble foils. Got some of these guys like just marble foils like that. And or marble stickers like, let's see, for anybody who hasn't seen or seen them, like these. So these are some really easy ways to do it. These ones don't lack some depth. I don't really like it, but if you add on to them over them, you can make them look really cool, like geodes and whatnot. Sorry about the kid in the background; he's also cranky. But the foils are really, really good for accent nails. I love them because you put gems over them. Anyways, let's just see. Let's do just one little thing with these, and then I think we'll leave those, and then I'll show some after pictures when I decide to play with them later, because I totally get it too. I think we're all just about done. I try not to go over the 2-hour mark anymore because I think, especially because I do it at late night, nobody wants to be on here this late, including me or my kid. But sometimes I'll go on the outside of the marble line, and sometimes I'll go slightly on the inside, so it looks more like depthy, dimensional. Sorry, I don't even know what to say. See, I'm tired. But sometimes I'll do both, actually. I think sometimes both is useful. And this would have been a good time to use my reality check there. Sorry, can you play, please? Just 6 more minutes, babe. Please, can you go into the bedroom? 6 more minutes, please. Please. Sorry. Sorry, he's getting mad about a cone or something. I don't even know. A play cone. But see what I mean? Like how it's not very thick and opaque. It's not even the liner. It's the paint. I didn't add enough to the other one. But the point here, there we go. I also just did add enough of the paint. But point is, see how thin that gets though? It's incredible. And you can get such smooth lines because you're using that long brush that even when I'm shaking, and I'm shaking because I've been sitting at a very awkward position because I did not set up the right chair on the right table this time because I was trying to do other things. That's the point. Is you can get it to be very forgiving when you use such a thin but long liner. Very forgiving. And then of course you can just fix any mistakes, which I just made. If you're trying to do something like this though, where like how I'm going like really far in, I would have actually used a smaller one, but I really wanted to show this guy off because I swear by these, dude, I swear. And it's funny because it's not like I make like anything off of you guys grabbing that. I make what, like a couple percentages possibly if you get it from Amazon. A little bit more if you get it from Lady Susie, but I'd say get it from Amazon because it's usually a little cheaper, honestly. I'll probably go in there and wipe that down. You see what I mean? So it gives it a little bit more depth in there. And then there's only one other brush that I like that's as thin, and that's this Wistonia. So we'll use that to add in a little bit of white, maybe. And now what you can, oh, this is what I was going to show. This is the last one I wanted to show really quickly. And that is how to get that black. So you can get a black and white nail or just add white veininess to it. So say I'm adding in a bunch like this, right? But I don't want it to look like this, all like, yeah, you know what I mean? I don't like that it's so, what's the word? It's sticking up. It's thick. It's not great looking. It's very, very, very bright compared to everything else. And I didn't flash cure the black. So that was kind of dumb of me. That was my bad. I'm also trying to rush, but that's okay. You can go in there though with a, let's see, a very, very tiny, tiny, tiny little brush. Let's just try and find one of my tiniest, tiniest little brushes really quickly. And see what I've got here. Like maybe one of these little guys. And grab some of that mix. Ideally, you can use this or even just alcohol. Or let's start either one. And you're going to go in. Yeah, see, it does, especially too when you add it both inside and out. So see how there's this darker corner here? If I was to add black in there too, fade out some of the black here, it would literally make it like it was inside the nail, like a geode. And I love that so much, so much. That's also why I like to then use gold or silver or rose gold even over the line next to the black and then a little bit on the insides. And then it just makes it look like an absolute 3-dimensional gemstone. Thank you. Yes. And if I don't get there in the next, I don't know, because now I got like a minute, I will absolutely try and finish this up later tomorrow and then show you guys some photos of our finished work. But that way you guys at least know how I got here. And so this one, you just get a very dry, like not super wet brush, and you would just feather it out. So you would just do and leave like a thick part and then feather the rest and try and feather it all kind of in the same direction. You know what I mean? You don't want to be feathering in both directions, so you want to leave a little bit thick, and you can actually spread it down And you can go and spread it out a little bit, see if you want to kind of like make some veins out of it, but see what I mean? And then you can use a little bit more if you want to remove some. I hope you guys can see. There we go. So like, see if you want to remove some there, remove some here, and then leave it just a little, very, very thin, but like you can actually move it to then. So like, say I want to move this way. I'm backwards, sorry, I'm lefty. Let's just and then we're gonna feather, 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 feather. And then you can keep feathering as much as you need to. And then that will add so much more depth. And say I added too much there, right? So let's just try and go like this. Or just clean it off. Bam. And then bless. And it will help the rest shine through. And you just keep doing it. And then you get these beautiful little veins. And now you can do this over just so black with, you can do this with black over a white nail and just get like this really perfect little black and white marbles. You can do white over pink and get like basically a rose quartz without even having to do all the different like layers of depth, although you will want to do layers of depth. And then this is also really good if you're trying to make a beach look. I love this for like that when you're trying to do the sand in the beach. So when you're doing the marble, I've noticed the marble is really good for getting the water. And then when you're trying to do the whitewash in the sand, this is an excellent technique for the bottom. So when you're really trying to get into the summer vibes, this is an amazing way to go. And I'm going to just clean up some of this here because I don't want this much white. I want to still show all the prettiness underneath here. So I just kind of go through. I don't want it to look like whitewash. I want it to look like marble. And we're going to like that. Okay, so we got some of this there and there and there. A little less maybe here. And a little more there. Okay. And then instead of quickly doing that, because we have not any time left, really, because I said I was going to be done by 1:51. Sorry about that. I'm going to show you what it would look like, though, if I just took out some of this black. Because it's gel paint, it's going to be a little bit thicker, so it's going to work a little bit more in my favor and not so easily just dissolve, which is fabulous. Otherwise, you can always go through with something like Reality Check after you clear your black, and then just put a little thin layer and make your little shadows all on your own. And then too, I find it helps if you kind of take the same rules as hand lettering, where at certain ups or downs, you make it thinner and or thicker and or darker, etc. You know what I mean? So that so that's not all super even, and that will really help adding depth. So you know what I mean? So with hand lettering, the up strokes are thin, the down strokes are thick. You can do the same concept with marbling and with creating depth on your nails. So if I wanted to, yeah, I could go outwards because we're going to try and pretend that this is inwards, right? So we want to take this and go out a little bit. And then let's make it maybe not so thin there. So we'll instead just kind of go like this. And then we'll make it a little thinner there. Thin there, a little thinner there, and a little less thin here. Let's try that out and see how we like that. Just kind of thin that out a little bit and thin that out a little bit. All right. So there we go. And that I think looks pretty dang cool. And we haven't even added anything sparkly yet at all, which is kind of cool. I think that the possibilities with that are really endless. And that is exactly how you would make any kind of gemstone geodes. I would not do rose quartz like that. Technically, rose quartz and any kind of quartz, you want to make sure you add layers and layers upon layers. So you're going to want to do it in a sense where either you're adding the builder gel and dropping in color thinly and then sanding it down so that you're getting rid of the bulk. But what I found is pigments work really, really well for that because then you don't have to add the bulk. You don't even have to add the blooming gel. You just kind of go in with your one coat of matte. You put in your pigments. You go in with another thin coat of matte. You put in more pigments. You can then add a color, like our layer of a base coat and a blooming gel and or a builder gel. And then drop in a little bit of like white, right? So that it blooms. Go. Base coat. Matte top coat after you do that. And then just hit it with a little bit more pigment, base and matte. And then you have like this amazing rose quartz. Like the one I have in the picture, that's how that one's done. So that's another really good one. Pigments. We might do a whole episode at some point about just pigments because there's so much beauty with that. And then the other options here are the two I showed you, the decals and that. And then, of course, just like adding any kind. I mean, you literally can go in with any kind here and just, you know what I mean? You can highlight, you can highlight, you can change it, you can add some of these toppers. You can do anything. You can do anything. It's just the possibilities with marbles are just like anything else with nails, probably more, where it's endless. I really want to try to do a marble layered with a cat eye kind of vibe. I haven't tried something like that yet. I'm still trying to figure that out, how it would make it look even remotely cool. But it would be cool. I'm going to try something really quick, don't mind me. While we just waiting here for this last one to cure. I love that one too. Once you add some white to that, it's going to be gorgeous. I'm going to add this little holographic version to this already insane nail, which is totally not very smart, I guess, because you can't even see what's under it. So that did not work. So instead, what I'm going to do is something a little awkward here. Hold on. I'm going to take this and I'm going to go through and I'm just going to literally just start. Basically, you can blooming gel with rubbing alcohol. It's like alcohol inks, right? So you can just wipe some on and just build some in. And yeah, so basically, yeah, I have actually alcohol inks and alcohol markers. Markers are actually, in my opinion, easier and more fun as long as you don't accidentally mix your tips. You can clean them, but I try to stick to gel. If I keep getting into other mediums, trust me, gosh, I have so many art mediums from like my traditional art days. I could do all kinds of crazy shit for days, forever. So for now, I'm trying to stick to the traditionals. But yeah, I know that that Shelly is a big fan of alcohol inks, and they're very easy. And it's funny, one of the links, two links that I'll be putting on the description after in the Amazon stuff is a nice kit of nail cosmetic grade alcohol ink in the polished bottles though, which is wonderful. But they actually have some really cool metallics that I like because I don't have metallic alcohol inks. I don't know why, but I don't. I mean, I could probably use my metallic paint pens or stuff, whatever, at some point. I have lots of metallics in general. Point is that you don't need, whatever you have, you can use, yes. I don't think one is necessarily easier than the other. For me, alcohol inks are very, very matte looking, more matte than matte top coating. And they are, some of them are a little staining. They're not as forgiving. I'd rather work with pigments and gels personally, but I do have them. I can do them, and I can absolutely demo them at some point if we need to. I just got to get them out of storage because honestly, that's how little I use them. But yeah, no, they're fun. They're definitely something that you can always add to your collection if you want to, but not. I wouldn't do it just because you think it would be easier or prettier or anything else. I don't think that's true. I think you can do you can do what you could do with alcohol inks with gel pretty freaking easily. So you might as well use what you got. But yeah, so that's it. And I think that was kind of fun, just adding a little holographic there. So that's that one. And then I'll probably just add some white and hearts to that later when you guys are not here. And let me show you this one. And then I'm going to say goodbye too, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming. This was super fun. So here we go. Is that last little dimensional half geode nail here. I think that looks really freaking cool. And it didn't even take a second. This is probably the easiest one yet, which is surprising because I'm not very good at this technique. And you're so sweet. I'm glad. Thank you. I had so much fun too. And I appreciate you guys. And yeah, I can stick around for a couple more minutes if anybody has any other questions. But have a good night, Eileen. And you're so sweet. It is though, right? I really love it. And it hasn't even gotten any glittery things yet. I mean, things are very rarely that gorgeous without sparkle. I'm just saying. So if I had some sparkle, whoo, watch out. I love me since I have a lot of sparkle and I wish I could use it more. And I will. I plan to. But yeah, so I mean, we barely used any colors, and we have all of these really pretty ones, especially for Easter coming up. So, I mean, the possibilities are endless, which can be good and bad if you saw how long it took me to pick a color. That's why I think the randomizer wheel is great. Thank you, Cara. You guys are both so sweet. I love you guys so much, and I appreciate everything. But yeah, no, alcohol inks are a good one. If you can invest in some, I absolutely don't see why not. I personally think either the pens and or the night, Eileen. I hope I'll talk to you soon, and I appreciate you a lot. You're the best. You really are. I'm so grateful for you. But what was I saying? Oh, Cara, yeah. If you're gonna invest in them, I would either get maybe some pens, just a few colors, because you can mix them just like you can with gels, or a bunch of pens because you can get them really cheap from a brand like Ohuhu instead of like Copic, because Copic's really expensive, right? But Ohuhu is just as good in my opinion. I've tried them both. I have over 300 of them both. Otherwise, I would just get a cheap, like the $20 set that I'm gonna post, if anything, because they're Erdian polish bottles too. They air dry very quickly. I mean, obviously all alcohol inks do, but they're made for nails. And I know that doesn't always matter to everybody because really it's all kind of the same at the end of the day. But the fact that they are made like that, you can expect them to work a little bit more. Oh yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. So I'm sure you've tried them. Have you tried them yet? Because those have to be really fun. I personally didn't get anything like that in my scoop. I'm really a little. I'm trying not to be a big fat baby about it because I'm obviously just I'm kind of ticked. I mean, I spent a good penny on a couple scoops with shipping stuff, and I waited, and I was so excited by all the hype, and I got nothing. I got some tips, a lot of press on nails that don't even fit, and they're really awful. I actually did give them a shot too. They were awful. They're all awful. I don't know what to do with any of them. They won't work at all. They're too long, and all the designs are at the end, so they're worthless. And then a lot of naked cherub foils, which I have to say I am not impressed with at all. Like, I don't know what the fudge. I did get the dish, happy gel, the kitty lamp that overheats, and then the one tiny little black bubblegum gel, which I was excited to try because I do need something hypoallergenic and HEMA-free. But it's so tiny that and it was already dirty when I opened it somehow. Like I stuck in it already. I'm just like, I don't even know. But yeah, that was it. So I was pretty pissed. But yeah, tons of tips. Yeah, me too. And what's great is even the uglier ones. I'm sorry, I don't like them. The ones that are really sparkly and ugly, but they're nice and long. So those are the only long ones they gave me. Everything else they gave me was really short, extra short. And I'm like, I have enough short nails. I got my own short nails. I needed long ones for practice. They only gave me the extra long and two of them, and they're both the sparkles. So I was like, what am I gonna do with that? Like, okay, but then I was like, okay, perfect. I actually just paint right over it, the front part, you know what I mean? And then I just start from scratch like that. I paint it nude and I pretend it's just a nude nail to start. And then I actually painted it with white and then matte top coated that and set it up on like a cheaper stand for my kid so he can paint on it with paint pens. And that way he's doing what mommy's doing, and it works really well. I don't know if you have kids, but it helps a lot with little ones when you really have to get some work done and they just want to get into all your stuff. That's an excellent way to use up those tips, let me just say. I mean, it's got to be the best thing that came from that whole kit by far. Because yeah, the kitty lamp heats up within literally less than 5 seconds, probably like 3, and I can't set it back down on my silicone mat without burning it. The Milky Way gel is chalky at best, and I think it's expired. And I mean, the dabbing dish I could have bought off Amazon for $5. So my $60+ on the world's ugliest and not great size tips and press-ons with cow print that I can't even wear. Not ideal. No, sorry. I don't mean to ramble about it at all. I was trying so hard not to bitch about this one, but I just, I hate it. Hey, well, maybe we can swap at some point. I think I'm gonna do a swap with Shelly. I'll put some tips aside and maybe we could do a swap. Like, I'm down. We should all just get in, like, I'm serious. We should start like a whole group, like freaking piss it. Email Couture Scoop swap. Let's do it because I got no acrylic, no gel polish, nothing. And it sucks because I need hyperallergenic HEMA-free products. And I actually like acrylic. That was my thing a decade ago, right? But no, I got nothing. Not a single polish, not a single monomer, not a single acrylic powder. I didn't even get any chrome stickers, nada. So yeah, that would be fun. I don't have much to swap, but I do have some naked cherub foils, some really funky 70 looking squares. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't mind portable acrylic powder, the liquid, meh, because I live in a smaller place with my kid. But powders are not bad. I mean, I can use those for lots of things. But the I have like the million different odor drops, the sealed things. Like, there's ways I can avoid crappy acrylic. I'm so used to crappy acrylic monomer because, like I said, 10 years ago, that's all I had. That's all I had. Because the freaking R1 beauty supply store on this island charged so dang much. I was just like, fuck that. Sorry, pardon my language, but fuck that. Like, so I just bought the kits, threw the rest of it away, and just kept the monomer, like the Kiss kits or whatever, because that was the best monomer out of all of it. That was even worth the money at the time. Like, and I did a good job with it. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't have high standards on it, but probably now because of the smell of it, you know. But as long as my 3 different odor out drops and the sealable containers and all the other things I have help, so that I don't have to go and sit outside with the door shut. I'm golden. But yeah, I agree. We should definitely set up a share system group, something or another. Yeah, let's definitely like do a we're mad at Max swap group. No joke. Yeah, I mean the fact that I was still paying off payments, you know what I mean? Because I put it in as a paid for because I just had to try it. Everyone was talking about it. I saw these videos. I was so excited to try it. I don't like surprises. I should have known better. I'm not a surprise person at all. I don't like it. But I gave it a shot, and well, you know, now I know better. That sucks because I see stuff on their site that I like. You know what I mean? That I would want to try. But I can't stop being so mad about the dang stupid freaking scoops that I don't want to give them my business anymore. And it's just like, well, that's so sad. Like, what is he thinking? Like, he would have had my business for life because I definitely order a lot, especially hyperallergenic and HEMA-Free. Like, absolutely. And I like his variety and I like what he has to offer. I would have definitely spent a lot of money at his company if he didn't screw me completely on my scoop. But you know, that's on him. He lost a very ridiculously overspending customer. That's okay. You know, way the cookie crumbles. And yeah, anyway, sorry. I could go on and on about it. See, and that's where he gets you, huh? That's where he gets you. I feel like that was the trick. It was a bait and switch. It was a, hey, I'm going to send out the best ones in the beginning so that all of these people, content creators and all, will just talk so well about it that everybody else is just going to be dying to order. And then all of a sudden, oh no, now we can just make them all prepackaged because I got two as well, and they were the exact same thing. Like besides the one actually worth anything item in each one that were different. You know what I mean? The one we had the one bubblegum gel, the foils and the press on nails, and then the nail tips. Give or take. I mean, some of them were slightly different colors, but most of them same shape, same length, whatever. All the same, all the same. So it was not random. They were prepackaged, and it was just awful. Yeah, I mean, it was awful. Yeah, I'm hoping to use that Milky Way to actually make some really cool. I have a okay, so this is really cool. Look at this one. I love this so much. I got these. I got like this is only half of them. All of these molds, so I can make any freaking charm in any freaking color and paint them and whatever the hell I want. There is literally this is half of them. I got them for less than $20, dude, and they work so well and they're such a good size. Like I could show you here some of the ones I got, right? So these are just some of the ones I played with to begin with some of my extra colors. Like these are gonna go so good on my ruby slipper set. Like I'm so excited. They're really pretty, but some of these are polygel. These lighter ones are polygel, and they did work. Um, so I will probably be using it a lot for charms, and then to mix with acrylic to make it a moldable putty. You know what I mean? So I can make more three-dimensional things. Although I do have the frosting one coming. I don't have the Mirage one coming from Madame Glam, so I don't have something that's an actual solid moldable thing. But yes, see, get it? Yes, haha. We think alike. Yeah, I love foils too, but you know, I don't think there's many, if any, from that I got from this stupid scoops that I actually really liked it all. Even the gold ones were the only ones I was excited about, and they are not pretty. No, they're not. They're not. They're not. They're okay, but they're not worth it. Yeah, not at all. Oh! Now you're onto something. That's a good one. That's a very good one. Pigment powders. Ooh. Yeah, I've been adding just random acrylic powders because I have different colors and sparkles and stuff like that. But ooh, I have neon pigment powders. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to run. My kid is hysterical for some reason. It sounds like he probably just hurt himself. But I love you. Let's talk some more, okay? I love this and I love you guys and thank you for joining. And I hope that you guys at least got to enjoy and learned anything at all and watched anything at all. But yeah, see with the holographic. Ah, so pretty. But yeah, okay. So we had some fun. I hope you guys had some fun. I definitely did. You guys are awesome. Let me get my little like done nails over here really quick, huh? And then so yeah, we had some fun. And then I'll probably, you know, can always dress these up. But yeah, no, thank you. And then hopefully I will see you if probably not next week Tuesday, but the week after. Absolutely. Every other Tuesday for now, and then eventually it'll be every Tuesday. But every other Tuesday I will be here with a new topic and hopefully some even more fun and even more entertainment because I'm still under the weather. I'm not as entertaining as I try to be, you know. I don't even try. I mean, sorry, not as entertaining as I wish I was and don't try to be. But point is thank you. No, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Have a good night, love. Hopefully, yeah, I'll talk to you more in the group too for sure. I do think we should definitely do a swap. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm very excited because I do love me some new stuffs. What a better way to get dopamine. You know what I mean? Like, what an easy way to get dopamine by trading things you've got for new things. Like, yes, I'm an ADHD dopamine fiend. Sorry. I'm crazy. All right. I really do have to run. But I love you guys. Thank you so much. And to anybody who watches this later, don't miss us next week. And if you're interested in any of the items and way more, so I'm adding all of the best deals in the world. Not in the world, but the ones I can possibly find. And I'm pretty damn good at finding them. Just saying. To the link that I'm going to add on the page in the description after this. So keep an eye, and I will see you guys then. Night, night. Bye, guys. Happy Valentine's Day.